140 million pounds. What fools they are. How ignorant for them to think that you believe these stupid lies. Open your eyes and look around you. See for yourself. See the splendid new Tama Harbor. See the mighty water dam. See the fine roads which we have built under the leadership of the Convention People's Party and its government. See the schools, the colleges and the universities. See the clinics, hospitals, health centers and the facilities which we have created. See the factories which are already springing up. These are no debts. These are not debts. They are investments in our future as an independent nation. These are the physical guarantees of the bright new future which I have promised you and I have been working for. Together, we can put our Ghana firmly and squarely on its own feet. Together, we can create the things we need for ourselves instead of going cap in hand for charity handouts from foreign powers whose only wish is to exploit us and make us vassals to their interests. I know these are hard and trying days for you. I have never tried to conceal from you that real independence, that is to say economic independence, does not come without hard struggle and sacrifice. Unlike the cheats and deceivers, the liars and traitors who are now trying to lord it over you, I have never promised you any easy road. I have respected your good sense, your capacity for work, your pride in yourselves, and your sense of national dignity. Why do you think these traitors, these agents and lackeys of colonialism and of international intrigue to destroy the independence of Ghana, chose this moment to perform their dastardly act? I will tell you, less than 1 month before they struck to destroy all our hard work, we had inaugurated the first electricity from the water dam. Only 3 days before this treachery, we had signed a new agreement to irrigate the mighty Accra Plains. At last, we were on the threshold of a great new victory. We had in 1957 won our political independence after years of struggle. Now in 1966, we were at the threshold of winning our economic independence. The same people who tried to sabotage our winning of political independence 9 years ago have now struck to sabotage our economic independence and are systematically dismantling our socialist gains and achievements. Before the traitors and the rebellious National Liberation Council tried to usurp power during my absence from Ghana, Ghana was a haven to which the oppressed from all parts of Africa could come to carry on their struggle. It was a haven for freedom fighters, for independence and against colonialism. The name of Ghana was revered all over the African continent as a staunch friend of the oppressed. African brothers from South Africa, from Rhodesia, from Mozambique and Angola, from the so-called Portuguese Guinea and the Cape Verde Islands and other oppressed colonial areas were given hospitality amongst us. Do you think that this is something of which we needed to be ashamed? Not at all. On the contrary, it was something of which we should be justly proud. Haven't we proclaimed that the independence of Ghana is meaningless until it is linked up with the total liberation of Africa? Now, hundreds of these brave freedom fighters who came to our country trusting us to look after them and help them in their struggle against colonial oppression, and believing as we do that Africa and the struggle for freedom is indivisible. These brave men and women have been sent back, bag and baggage, by this traitorous clique to the countries from which they had fled to seek refuge, inspiration and protection in Ghana. Countrymen, a new phase of the African Revolution has been reached. This revolution must overcome and triumph over imperialism, racialism and neocolonialism. It must finally usher in the total emancipation and the political unification of our continent. Africa must be free. Africa must be united. Fellow countrymen, my heart is heavy as I witness the damage which this clique of neo-colonialist conspirators are doing to our country. At the bidding of their overseas neo-colonialist masters, they are dismantling the work of 15 years. They are telling you that Ghana is bankrupt. They are telling you that our country is in debt to the extent of some 240 million pounds. What fools they are. How ignorant for them to think that you believe these stupid lies. Open your eyes and look around you. See for yourself. See the splendid new Tama Harbor. See the mighty water dam. See the fine roads which we have built under the leadership of the Convention People's Party and its government. See the schools, the colleges, and the universities. See the clinics, hospitals, health centers, and the facilities which we have created. See the factories which are already springing up. These are no debts. These are not debts. They are investments in our future as an independent nation. These are the physical guarantees of the bright new future which I have promised you and I have been working for. Together, we can put our Ghana firmly and squarely on its own feet. Together, we can create the things we need for ourselves instead of going cap in hand for charity handouts from foreign powers whose only wish is to exploit us and make us vassals to their interests. I know these are hard and trying days for you. I have never tried to conceal from you that real independence, that is to say economic independence, does not come without hard struggle and sacrifice. Unlike the cheats and deceivers, the liars and traitors who are now trying to lord it over you, I have never promised you any easy road. I have respected your good sense, your capacity for work, your pride in yourselves, and your sense of national dignity. Why do you think these traitors, these agents and lackeys of colonialism and of international intrigue to destroy the independence of Ghana, chose this moment to perform their dastardly act? I will tell you, less than 1 month before they struck to destroy all our hard work, we had inaugurated the first electricity from the water dam. Only 3 days before this treachery, we had signed a new agreement to irrigate the mighty Accra Plains. At last, we were on the threshold of a great new victory. We had in 1957 won our political independence after years of struggle. Now in 1966, we were at the threshold of winning our economic independence. The same people who tried to sabotage our winning of political independence 9 years ago have now struck to sabotage our economic independence and are systematically dismantling our socialist gains and achievements. Before the traitors and the rebellious National Liberation Council tried to usurp power during my absence from Ghana, Ghana was a haven to which the oppressed from all parts of Africa could come to carry on their struggle. It was a haven for freedom fighters, for independence and against colonialism. The name of Ghana was revered all over the African continent as a staunch friend of the oppressed. African brothers from South Africa, from Rhodesia, from Mozambique and Angola, from the so-called Portuguese Guinea and the Cape Verde Islands and other oppressed colonial areas were given hospitality amongst us. Do you think that this is something of which we needed to be ashamed? Not at all. On the contrary, it was something of which we should be justly proud. Haven't we proclaimed that the independence of Ghana is meaningless until it is linked up with the total liberation of Africa? Now, hundreds of these brave freedom fighters who came to our country trusting us to look after them and help them in their struggle against colonial oppression. And believing as we do that Africa and the struggle for freedom is indivisible, these brave men and women have been sent back, bag and baggage, by this traitorous clique to the countries from which they had fled to seek refuge, inspiration, and protection in Ghana. Countrymen, a new phase of the African Revolution has been reached. This revolution must overcome and triumph over imperialism, racialism, and neocolonialism. It must finally usher in the total emancipation and the political unification of our continent. Africa must be free. Africa must be united. Fellow countrymen, my heart is heavy as I witness the damage which this clique of neo-colonialist conspirators are doing to our country. At the bidding of their overseas neo-colonialist masters, they are dismantling the work of 15 years. They are telling you that Ghana is bankrupt. They are telling you that our country is in debt to the extent of some 240 million pounds. What fools they are. How ignorant for them to think that you believe these stupid lies. Open your eyes and look around you. See for yourself. See the splendid new Tama Harbor. See the mighty water dam. See the fine roads which we have built under the leadership of the Convention People's Party and its government. See the schools, the colleges, and the universities. See the clinics, hospitals, health centers, and the facilities which we have created. See the factories which are already springing up. These are no debts. These are not debts. They are investments in our future as an independent nation. These are the physical guarantees of the bright new future which I have promised you and I have been working for. Together, we can put our Ghana firmly and squarely on its own feet. Together, we can create the things we need for ourselves instead of going cap in hand for charity handouts from foreign powers whose only wish is to exploit us and make us vassals to their interests. I know these are hard and trying days for you. I have never tried to conceal from you that real independence, that is to say economic independence, does not come without hard struggle and sacrifice. Unlike the cheats and deceivers, the liars and traitors who are now trying to lord it over you, I have never promised you any easy road. I have respected your good sense, your capacity for work, your pride in yourselves, and your sense of national dignity. Why do you think these traitors, these agents and lackeys of colonialism and of international intrigue to restore the independence of Ghana, chose this moment to perform their dastardly act? I will tell you, less than 1 month before they struck to destroy all our hard work, we had inaugurated the first electricity from the water dam. Only 3 days before this treachery, we had signed a new agreement to irrigate the mighty Accra Plains. At last, we were on the threshold of a great new victory. We had in 1957 won our political independence after years of struggle. Now in 1966, we were at the threshold of winning our economic independence. The same people who tried to sabotage our winning of political independence 9 years ago have now stopped to sabotage our economic independence and are systematically dismantling our socialist gains and achievements. Before the traitors and the rebellious National Liberation Council tried to usurp power during my absence from Ghana, Ghana was a haven to which the oppressed from all parts of Africa could come to carry on their struggle. It was a haven for freedom fighters, for independence and against colonialism. The name of Ghana was revered all over the African continent as a staunch friend of the oppressed. African brothers from South Africa, from Rhodesia, from Mozambique and Angola, from the so-called Portuguese Guinea, and the Cape Verde Islands, and other oppressed colonial areas were given hospitality amongst us. Do you think that this is something of which we needed to be ashamed? Not at all. On the contrary, it was something of which we should be justly proud. Haven't we proclaimed that the independence of Ghana is meaningless until it is linked up with the total liberation of Africa? Now, hundreds of these brave freedom fighters who came to our country trusting us to look after them and help them in their struggle against colonial oppression, and believing as we do that Africa and the struggle for freedom is indivisible. These brave men and women have been sent back, bag and baggage, by this traitorous clique to the countries from which they had fled to seek refuge, inspiration, and protection in Ghana. Countrymen, a new phase of the African Revolution.
No. Good mood. My Ghana for this kakra. I review scratch for win. Review scratch for win. My catcher was sa game we. Enya dear credible. Me fa me integrity in Tosoda. Maybe I will be at here. This is the time. I do man person you know bit me. This is the time. Emri any sa emre noa a dino person see no bit me DSC. This is the time. Ka no person to no bit me ato. Because this game and Crawford D Eddie Biu. It is me can for the one that's ya chelewa. Me no can family phone my crado. O basti animal. Anytime a bebo game we should be no be afan phone. Me no can say or come we afan phone. Why ready? Say me bought USSD code no na say any or the coin anymore. But your offer phone wa e bebo apa. Na near me de o game we want to say. Enya smartphone pen ye debo. Opa kura yam phone. Opa kura koko yam phone. Opa kura cassava phone. Opa kura plantain phone. Phone bia ukura bia. Ubetimi abosa game we bi. Na ne say ma ho ke say na say there are some other games one particular network bi pe ana ubetimi e sa game no abo. Unfortunately, say only sa network no and I say network no different from that particular network. Na che say sika omoche and a game no omobody you from. Name me report am say this very game ye bosso our all networks. Mr. Star 850 star 5 hash. Star 850 star 5 hash. Oba all networks. A bit me abo adwuma 55 cedis kosi 2k. A bit mato kakra na wa follow prompt na akano. And I am telling you say a panking crying udia na eda ufonso. Ba mema ahwefo ne etiefo nyina kwaba na menchia omomra Accra 100.5 FM Jumadi in the Citizen Show midin de nana otu dako. As we are back here ye ba be ye dwuma na ye de aboa Ghana emphasis the PSA ma tontina 74 Mr. Yadomase Papa Snit and so ewofianom so ana give us P capsules, give us cool capsules, and if give us herba mixture, give us GC mixture, then the capsules, and so my hard builders say omuguso tons aseno enti menka wa afi an opinion numere pep student and you use na onim say no adaje any poso fiti anopa CJ mushase kofie suma mbeto aso anuane mu aka ebo egu mu fa Ayawaso East elections na econo yenso abetena se the Citizen Show. That is largely where we are going to focus. Of course, you bear some other issues. Matese, da beni ye agrada no enra very well. And then ye agrada. There's one story in Swa ubi ako enwuram na okokum aboa. Ebia no so de koton kakra. Of course, uni licenser it's against the Gaming Act ni ade. Nene judge bi amane 3 years. Ye betra se na ye din komo. Very well. Ma menko over the phone lines straight to Ayawaso East. Na yene yenua ujina yene mu ni komo Jacob na bi ne din ba guess efre no Parkwesi PK bra ye mo akwaba
Ana me Joseph ya bako de.
Yehowa dom anopa no so na metie wo bo nchire mu nam se kaish. Da no a okọ ashaman. Ya fra yeso movie wo se da bi mini ba bi akọ. Aya. Enti ayawaso so ehfa na wo a ubutu me yehunu.
I say the movement is very easy to me move pa mini pa na hopefully mini honorable how akumsi na enam system big na me na adwenche on e kwaso so fancy na matos honorable ma kwa ba kwa hena pa this morning so far
with us so far so good process is very smooth how we are any better. The only issue is low turnout. Yeah, so be any set I see what a friend is saying by election. The way they are known, because this is a stronghold for NDC. Now NDC means also no few more year to the swab. They can expect to send community out in their numbers. But because the people are disappointed with the government, they are not coming out.
Okay, low turnout means me will be 18 no. Only can higher and this is stronghold and a low turnout no and first more chance of claiming this is from the NDC.
Oh, now say yeah to me and claim it because of the say NDC stronghold. But I believe this time around we can take this seat.
Oh, run it be who be a obo and just wanna be a one pair or because they are public in the home.
Would they be so far dear, so good? We won't be security, be officers, electoral officers, your Majuma, and electricians so about the custom vote. I mean, I said I negative, a boko.
About 2:30 to approximately 2 hours, 6 minutes to end poll. Be true. I think I'll be catching on, and the baby could the problem.
And I miss mind and I miss to vote. NDC for move semi disappointed in the government. Mumbatuma MPP for so muma metro. Now at least for once MPP to Minji Ayawaso East City.
Honorable, me no na meti income no they are the neighbor.
Income no. Enya meneta. Yabasi ebe some party. Na party ama me akwenya bebree. Me be sha asia me be some as a consensus women organizer, electoral area coordinator. And see, Nyamia Drum, my MP, my minister. To say party here, or bar kukutrufo, or bar winning dear, or bar to me a mount farmer, or what drama would be no your bad time. It's a shame, no. And penny for our could say, oh, sir. I have boss in night, and a woman on the party no. To me, so made me want my party. Said because the party no, the year mama party, family to my prefer. It's incoming now, national women.
Okay, no, we know that I'm to the best answer in Comobian and a and I know that honorable how I come to former member of parliament for a month for you. To senior eat constituency and I'm now. Oh, look at this idea. Oh, Nana, you were Presby. Presby church na ha no police station wa ha eyemienu na so ebe Presby no ye din kan ekọ kanda anakanda ha kanda GNTC na area ho pa turn out very low pa after 2:30 p.m. aka 2 hours 30 minutes na polls ya close no kopi mo kanda kanda GNTC na omo hwe ni nipa 654 and I got some better and so after 2:30 p.m. and nipa 112 and about better about now could put more kanda 2 and 3 basic A square. I also know after 2:30 p.m. no now I was nipa better about 504 now so after 2:30 p.m. nana and nipa 60 per and 8 better about has a 10 out in there a very low and now oko kanda 2 and 3 B no I also not a shame nipa 500 and I was on the traban and so on after 2:30 p.m. no about some 15 minutes ago and nipa 79 per and out of nipa 500 our kanda 2 and 3 basic B school now people so Ebenezer Memorial I also not a shame nipa 357 and I was at the traban now so as at 2:30 p.m. na enipa 91 pe na ababeto na say ohwe bia nipa over 500 plus na to aba won obi ebie no a nipa beto aba no edu 100 na say turnout ni die very very low as at 2:42 p.m. no na turnout na very low baby a akosoro kakra presby church police station A no ho na as at 2:42 no about minute by 5 minutes ago no na just nipa 90 out of 305 nipa 90 and omotumi abeto ba system look at your presby police station 2 hon say try ahwe say as at 11:29 yefia no na nipa 47 pe na to aba and just about back about 3:47 there in nipa do atoment no quickly remember electoral officers na omo etimi atweme nipa do so far omo etimi ato aba ewo presby church 2 polling station no na etimi atwa quickly na me de ahoma no etimi dia ma ewo hanma but so nipa na ato aba wan
okay. Is it not also because who's a honor year largely a Muslim dominated constituency, and unim say they are in their holy month of Ramadan? Yemfa kwenya iso na yen wishi yenuanum Muslim ifo nyina Ramadan Karim. And it's so likely ebia na ebimu koso with that spiritual exercise enti ebi omu break here and my imagine say ombeba. And that's what they were sort of to form and then come out near and with dear. A dear important thing I was to say, Amasa lieutenant here. But of course, it is a likely characteristic of a by election, though. But maybe there are some peculiar situations or grounds.
No, and upon now, your call rounds not tenant to all low, no. Only confiding comma, as some okay, no so because of the more fasting, the Dinimukada. Almost a train sale about 12, not some cobom pie. No more also at our aba and say that was the we are ninya is say because of the fasting is banana. By this time about 2:49, about 3 o'clock, we are still turn out near loan. Let's just say I'm up for the donana. I say interest was that particular election women to me feel say above from because say I cut 2 hours, approximately 2 hours to now say baby to say baby to say Mamisha baby anipa be 600 etwaba na as at this time nipa mo to aba crampo in 200 na I think say it cost in kopona nanka I say interest in this particular by election and I say a work for because and apart then I say fasting but since the fasting I'm not do na ko bomb 12 o'clock and so beto aba na say one about 3 number and na it's just the time ben about be queue akokoto aba na police so haka so do so say omo to aba no nti I think the interest na perform couple with the past na e course no so come na say turn out na I lose ano.
Okay, so what say interest baba for more there are some pocket of issues I'll be picking on the ground. Only be a din common say be I will be saying interest about for more because I know that technically say follow by elections in Ghana as you say technically as you say and technically by elections say our power sabi new opposition you know, want to become more vociferous near there because when him say our power especially over here baby to say Ayawaso East and this is stronghold so to a large extent you know a done deal any idea but say granted say a for interest and a call for more then of course you are saying say it is going to you are not saying but by political mathematics you know it seems it's going to affect incumbency. Is that the point? A day in a NAMS was some interest no echo from sir.
Na okay political mathematics interest no. Na only say the prime minister course so before election we yenye hu ne see ya chicha de binimu che TV binimu che emo binimu che we as this particular main election had in the BNC na me dey as bia my report election for some years no I strongly believe say a likely say no everything a contributing factor say one man should dey no see pm kotoba because na not picture no pa
every chance on Magiska
because nana I'm strongly believe I want to believe say no because obu ha usia no bisan so ade na nkoto ana wonto abayo so chale me ko pe bibia me sen kofu 2 be bisan so mkoto ba so they qualified to vote but or copy the and apparently no ebia omo twen say bibia ba ansa na makoto ba sa na me me susie ne me suspicion e chem because nana nkofo no wo fie do na wo fie but I say about one interest no enu na about interest no nana e dia dia e dey inducement ta dey we na wo say hwe na impefo omutu ase e wo your political system ecosystem no manya sa e be high because nana turnout need extremely low and from now on copy 5 o'clock aka 2 hours nana me nyesho se ni ba be pia ba beto aba no
the role of Umaru Sanda or say or person or call for is it or quantum cronyesa
or independence
independence what was so for more is he making any inroads what in the grounds of course chairman I said doing kitia emma no some a week or tomorrow cross and campaign phone in komo na nkono ankasa onwene ho se ebeya on samre fie ni ade me ka sabra me no Umaru Sanda din komo on phone me kura me advice say decision now or making no consequences bebre enti aka me de me so just kura say on rescinding the decision na say onwene ho ye ni ade what was so to form or grounds and I say hono ye NDC stronghold no NDC ana ever but don't forget say or also why assembly member in the constituency
na say na okay say ni din no o ka ho instead of abo ni din mati ni din twice the committee ba ko wo and apart ni interview ano and mati wo so one which means grounds on the grounds there he's not part of the equation as a minute on kan kra only amafo din koma o ma Sanda there equation onimu be I don't think say no play any role in election because if he's not even seen in the like amount for elko run no party as me hu ni for me hu NDC pay for anyo hwe ka me hu ora tango computer me hu Accra mayor me hu NDP for John Bodu me hu Justin Trump ko no so mo kwa omo wa around so mo ase na how omo attract door to door campaign e be tini akosto enne no Sanda there his I mean equation on count cry
in area of security minim say IGP deploy a lot of men and women on the grounds me my name about 80 in a very enclosed area 80 police officers near there it had no reporting e koso na mete say omo boban pa we are na boy saying na esifate are they still active and now say you have withdrawn men bi and I be abeka now maybe so fita no pa ebc and avia have we recorded any pockets of violence and any violent incident
violence there pockets there so no so okay because yeah whether we've recorded any pocket of violence that pockets so no violence yeah and I hear in BB and what Hanum say and it's all because of police for a bob omo doors here pa o police center there police station here who police for cars of one na there 20 policemen or one police station who mo kan no there policemen there 20 black on my teacher and I'm sure say no so kan na ma discipline and after so obi enye na so quite to trust them the I anointing about the security there they be about bia me coming in na ko na bi o okay, and talk about the access to be there a trouble no. Because people problem and some quick to a junk on them and I was in house I'm not saying the BBC a bit me for Hana police station so more guard.
Send name Mahano and Ayawaso a flashpoint when during elections one of the major flashpoints.
Exactly. And the corner be a young to about cover for police for and because say typical Shama boy Shama in my dear similar neighborhood. And then lungu we have a Fabia police for every lungu be able to police for and I think say a normal protection I very tight ever happen violence there
that's right
and a young chance say coalition time and the BBC there look at
yeah mom pa violence and I have videos crowd there saying and I tell for you can join us on Facebook na o share reporter PK edema na ye training phone or abe for quantum bonus wa this is fantastic job you can join the feed na when ya sa entiase very well PK ma me fancy na koso agba adwuma Said down me catch say one here sports the be you through the wako news because say news no cry and better cry. We have PK
NOD.
Patupa.
Nana Patupa.
Patupa.
Nana Patupa.
NOD is coming.
Yeah, that's a Japan. Yeah, coming.
Okay, very well. I'll come back later. Yana Musini Parkwesi PK and any train commode very well. Ma Yane Vero Nika Ama Die. We also have some brief statistics in the course of discussion. At least you follow what the constituency is about. Constituency, what are the political permutations in terms of voting dynamics, a stronghold for NDC, but how strong has it been for NDC? MPP Betman make any inroads be Oceania President Mahama so far 1 year have any effect on the elections. You better now you have to trace and come. But for now, let's still do with our reporters. Veronica Amadai is online. Hello, Veronica.
Hello, Waka.
Na important to say Vero.
Okay, so far I call 10 police stations ni Manikanda. Na 10 out me has been very low. We share Nima 1 JHS2 162 expected voters and can say Mubeto, but as at now 250 not 46 voters spend at Abekase. Also Nima 1 JHS2 so 249 expected voters and Beto, but as at now 67 per and our maboto. Many presiding officer or Benjamin Amanfa and I'm many kitchen common or say because AHVR than see I'm more expected to say they are after the fasting or more in their numbers to also come and cast their vote. We also call Flagstaff House or DHS Sanda. Also so 586 expected voters in some of it. But as 230 not 56 per and Abeto. Also we also call Information Service Department. Also 571 expected voters in Seba. But as 245, so not 33 per and Abeto. So your police station A and B, see A and a boy and a B so 594 expected voters in Sebeto. So 32 pen so far on my Abeto. We also call 37 military daycare center A. So 441 expected voters and Sebeto. But as at now, 45 and Abeto Abano. Also so almost section A and section B. In section A and a boy and section B so 441 expected voters. But as at 255 not 33 penna Abeto. We also call Sally Valley Police Station, Ayawaso. Also 663 expected voters and Mobeto. But as at 255 73 per anna Abeto. We also bomb for coalition center say after now mobile bobo but me and not security personnel it's very tight. Wow, share history about Nima or more election because they this time around the police officers for or more doors one happen or more share Bibia Beko to do ever happy.
Why a Juma no papa Biaya wakwa na say what should na Nancy na Vero my oboni bia na
but that
na Vero me nyo oboni na ofre me wo fa wie me wo fa ne me
sorry no too no
but me a sweet boy what it
yes okay so begin me amebra mo happy
yo Vero Veronica Ama die ye na musiani ojina ya na mu and that was a beautiful report there. Utimu say kwam Crawford Ejimo grounds. Osha baby a lot of places. But just a brief account of the Ayawaso constituency currently. Yebeti Chemu, my yencha your program director, fantastic dear, on his size, fantastic manpower. Why analysis? I won't say yes. Well, we had the analysis based. Papa transit na ye juma 1969 that time na Ayawaso Ibrahim Kujokwe of the Progress Party then 1979 Mohammed Fari the People's National Party. Then it evolved over a better than Ayawaso Easter afia pama hankro diokrum that's 1992. And I shall say my friend Ayawaso East. I don't know Yahaya Seidu from the National Democratic Congress and Ejina take it and also call mrashebedwam afia mahankron adiokunsia 1996 and so Farouk Brahma of the NDC. Then in 2000 Mustafa Ahmed, same of NDC. Then 2012 Nasser Toure Mahama Radin Fane Crazy or no na nananum efren on Siedwa nam so ma by elections by so from 2012 ebebisi Sabri time on the creation no and na handle a year constituency no and me no ka say Ura Baba Jamal ana agena on the ticket of NDC and Baba Ali agent on the ticket of MPP, of course independent candidate no no oye NDC near was one so quantum cro Umaru Sanda enti ye behwe baby a suswan ede body hono befa. We are streaming live on Facebook. So just a quick one. Mekwa Homano Suba. Maminji initial commentary of Mr. Dua. Yes, Mekwa Homano so. Maminji initial commentary of Mr. Dua. Then we proceed. Mwakwaba.
Yeah.
Na empumbo kwa dia.
Nyame adome ye pa.
Crofo fellow analysis ne pa.
Oh. Mzami so pra minimo.
Sawa ho. Ubo juma pa say ayi kwamna ba na mu din komo abi wona mi chi mese na papa ikura adana mu nya no presenter wo fi ha konsem wo kan di o we discuss antanka no kwan so
me metimi aboabo ase ya but mse juma no
waya che
obi ade
waya che na juma no kura yidru ba bia na wo so nyine nkrofo
om say mo say maso mu amoye ye ni gie no ene se unu ni gie menya pa maka che kwam kwachi no ye nuanom emaye omba attachment ye nkwara ni meme ene report o ma ye no
uti fi abadwene se o mo ye officially assigned a you
eno se se de madru no eni manigie mehwe obi ti se Priscilla sika mehwe Esther mehwe Vero mehwe Hannah na Emma omuja war front omu ye intense Veronica afi me ti o musam se ya wade oye ni na ye adichira ye chiro mu ne encouragement.
That's right.
They say they medru no.
That's right.
Yes sir.
That's right. Okay. But so obodu e mesen aba onchen bi mamene abena nyako entwetwe enkomo. Hello abena.
Hello mama.
Ye wo de beche mi o mama wagina so ache. So ne yi mu ano no. Abena na ana no obofa he.
Enti 37 military hospital officers nurse ubetimu ewo 37 military hospital onomo polling center ewo hanomo eye bia adwuma eye officers no onomo etie no parade grounds ba ko ewo honomo ne ho na eye center no na ubetimu ewo hanomo se ya eye 4 polling stations na ewo center no say center 1A 1B 2A 2B nipa sa 4 stations in na no wo hwe ni to betini ato aba no just say the moon no anase no numu no bebo no 1845 na so said ye ya ka na se be bia ye ni anu ma aka na ewo bi obi e ka se voter turnout no ewo form no sa na hanso so etie sa bre yi kwampa no me sa abo no enyina no enya de se turnout no ehim kwan ya 4 stations ni na no ebie ni wono ma ni 100 kwa etumi ababeto asat na wa so na no turnout no ewo form pa enti so far so good security no so de omno ye wono mo adwuma se de se na efata efiti anopa no enyina sansa hano kwa de ye security zone enti no cause omone presidency ne boshie na hanso so ya sa domino emu tesasa for na kasa wo hano mo bebre a tesefiti anopa baby o mo dina ne ade ni no mo da so dina wa me yin so sa no mo yo matuma ewo ha tesasa for ne na ma wo ha sa hano ansa na be wu mu no kwa no obe go through process as for na be so in ni ade a tese hano security wise ne dey a top notch even on any other day in tiene no dey let us be bien we betumi esi wa no say ye o be mu e wa no say ya polling agents the ma candidates ni nyina so e wa ha so far so good no obi akasa obi asi bibia e ko wano machine bia nye no ho fiti anopa na beto sa breyi the only issue o manya you bo mo ba o mo kuta ID card na at this officers na bo mo share a station kwa won beto ma ban etu na gu on mo betimi akọ 1A 1B sa kwa kosini na sana o mo beku amano apart from no be bia ni won ma atochema e wa san say nipa dodo no kwa eto aba wa hanom no eye won mu a eye adwuma e wa ha hospital ho no mo afrafo no ane nipa o mo a ebe ewo entema no mo a said eye sa besia we na city no eye very dramatic men kan say so mo eye high class no and lower class and middle class no and no so you know it's a wusha kanda any one of my e wo have say no na have for no high class for no it be bia da na kwemu a one more to aba e wo ha no mo no so ye adwumayfo ni nyina so no obi a comport na ho bibia e koso kama and e ba no e party e kitafo no so a eye ewumu a kakraba when you say report am ye yansa na me ba be ye we say no ye ne la dadikoto pon enkane MC kwa kasai Solomon kote ni kwai ono so eni na titafo ni bi omo so e chese omo round to komo so kwa ba ha e be share said ye about 26 kunna no sentiment ana mo kasa na akwa ye voter low turnout na there's so far so good and can na me ni say frequent to bre wo beto sabri no ka turnout ne be ko so no I ma hard gain hard gain meaning say be free for ho na say wo mo be bawo the to sabri ya any tabel 500 na I didn't so ye a voter population and I say voter rule no ye 1845 it's a hard gain papa a hard gain say nipa ne ma omote wa na ba ko aba nti hard gain
hard gain ara but send your kind say me wi ne be hu chale ade so
sure
but ma me say one more contest no say honorable Baba Jamal on the ticket of NDC and now Baba Ali on the ticket of MPP and now Umaru Sanda also for independent. Me patrol when ni ashi biso and I say and Kumobi Akoso future no privacy sabre.
A fair no privacy sabre no me who candidates ni biya wa ha and to me kwana me bisa into biya vote ni ha na no mo de obi ani ho no mo a so far waba ababeto na aba wa hanom sei wonu mo ababeto aba no wa hanom no bia nipa no bia the position say bia oye hold the position bia na so di dwuma bi e ma manyukuo bi kra no ano bia oye agent but say a public figure be na so bi hold the position bi said that ma hanom
very well bia na senior okano vote ni ho ebia no other polling stations because it was decentralized but finally ansana memo akono anuanoma ye no mudi nkomo fa voter turnout no ho na mi bisa se omdo masoto forma na omu misaye mo no de pa na nam so nso se microphone shada emma no dodo mu ma meto aba and nia democracy me say fasting wa wo hono mo nso san komo no na wote ana say fufuro hono ma esi ho
yes enti no sakra na former NC ya oba he okan say no ogidi say bia wakoni na the same low voter turnout na e wo susu say fasting no kan ho na afie na so ye working day Tuesday obu also kana e say the bosome no so yawu muta no bu no ma bia na katua kwa mai eni adia wo so a ne tanka na katua because on fa kan ko be bia na se ho asem kan yedi enti no say na we no enti e kaka so ne say candidate nso enye wo ma de say wonu mu etue sika bi emema nkofo eso wonu mu asene say ebia jiwe fafa ka ana bibi etisa no so say nkomo nkete ne na mase because we buy na kama sha san ke agent ni wonu mu enne na me observers ni ade o mo ye party say enne na mase nyina no o say agent eto o mo say baby aye te pepa no de ama wo no isi officials ne bete pepa na ma wo ama de akwa no stations no na ebi mu so na nenam grounds wo mu so gina mia a wonu mu nyina no ebi ye NPP bi ye NDC for wonu mu nyina no mi hu say obi aba de o makwache ba bi so mu kodidi ana wo yi bibi ama wonu mu omu nyina wonu o makasa bibi e kwaso kama even though they don't want to speak on record but omo just say mean say them who be putting ebi asante ye kitenkete se aso bi ambe so bi tua ne ade no and also ka ho and also ka ho say ase on say prime minister dia na ka ebi a obi a amane yonko kakra but we no I mean so mo mu dina na so ni di we dia de obedi nkonem ti no obi a be so be shini pita nti so be kwa akotru so nkoto na bia na enhwe dam fa kofo bibiri so a
Mero ma yenvensi abena na ye no wase ebesi aba chembim abena nyako abro noma senior anchor sanse senior reporter and ye ne twin common ma me Fred in then I come back home na ye ne me professor in politics and twin common penyin du atenase hello Fred
I would not know because
good afternoon saying
na me adom na no to have a minimum class of school you are persona not before say be kasaka no otuko no into NDC into no honorable William Pastor
153
hello honorable
wow that's very low
hello honorable
hello
honorable where the you ambush you for chain
where ambush interview
aha wow die mu so Accra 100.5 FM
ne password
na honorable send your city aswa from my dear adan you to abaning have you carried the day
oh the day ni dey say enye omudi gari botoma carry ni dey be carry gari botoma
na independent candidate on fully threat bia Debbie. Ono crowd enka onim. Ono crowd enka onim. About one dey mudi gari botoma emi abaja ma dey. Ya abobe say you 3 pound ya ka febi don hiri mi no dey na ni nyina aba wi na obi ehun the smoothness level. But doc the overarching challenge Neno fa se inipadom puma ye meto aba ashase no na yemu bi kan se
it is expected
fasting intia but
no it is expected
it's expected
omo beto aba ne beto ena onse obi anso enim se abatu we die ye ni anu MPP form ni so mu di gari bottom e fanti dodo no omo me homo and I would say there is low motivation for them to even come and vote in the first place.
Why,
you understand?
Why low motivation?
Because I mean, to acquire them, they are kind what they are doing. You know what I say?
Supreme majority.
To show people for now, one got a low motivation. Oh, fanko count, fanko yefi, fine, sorry. You and sorry. And you know, for every voting, there's a motivation behind. You understand? And so, if the motivation is not there, it makes the energy to go and vote. As the minute and you know, a lot of people want to stay indoors, and so they look at the risk, opportunity when vote, and all that when it will mean nothing, particularly for the MPP. So you expect that the turnout will be low. But one thing that I'm very sure of is Yura Baba Jama will be doing kunim Kasiepa. Odi Gunsen Yenya could beyond 70 to 80%.
So okay, global info mamo 75%. But now me senior director episode bisa question na briefly face.
Mavioso.
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 Kwawe.
Mavioso na
Mavioso. Mavioso ni acha kwan.
O Mavioso na Saudi. De bia mi hu. Na si akoko ya se na woni o mo kata na je.
Aban papa ba ya o start ye si awe uniama.
Mavioso o de ade ase ahaye kwa o de bedi ko. Na de enche na no tu bisa o. low turnout adi. Now it's becoming something. Of course, you'll be able to say by election there. You are not expecting to get the volumes like the general election and saying this. But in this situation, from an opinion in a reporters no it looks as if we know our form. Mean say every time the parties try to to help people to come and vote. But this time we've not seen that. I don't know, maybe on the ground.
So
Because
one thing that you should expect also is that Ramadan period, and this constituency is typically an Islamic constituency. So because it's typically an Islamic constituency, Ramadan is doing and then we are no thing. Into mosh and Ramadan no amount of we are and everybody may be thinking say I mean quite last minute if you want no ma commerce no ma bompire no ma iftar to conserve energy a lot of people may come at the last end, but the key reason why ultimately full turnout and that's a good turnout is that there is low motivation from the side of opposition. One, you understand, and from the side of government. And after NDC, most people would think, oh, I had a friend here, so it couldn't be any better, and then none of dangerous, and so over the period from morning, you will see that.
Side, no one said, number person make can. Number them do a person say, and nothing that made me feel said there is the need. I mean,
no,
I had to be independent, be free. Some metal, and these are stronghold. And this one metal. Na say DTI nya afeli e be kasi hu ya
those who vote will vote. Those who vote will vote. They would make sure they vote before the day ends. And those who don't care about the wins they won't come. You understand? And mostly those who wins also no. Said you opposition when him say 182 no, the back can one better Saturday. You understand? So the motivations is not really there now. You see, because of the way the economy is doing well too, they don't know say of course why MPP knows so giant MPP know. So those things would all come in. You understand? And particularly knowing this area, no do na NDC for. It was a MPP knew how now the economy now it's our again. You understand? So those things are expected, and sincerely, I didn't expect that we'll get a significant voter turnout.
Look, one of these days, Metro book, my man title my few so, but yeah,
my future not just here. My future not just here.
Yeah, also
better myself. Na me ba to ansama be kono. Adwuma wa bo ko nkrase ne de wo mu se ne ye ka Ayawaso Eastern Sem, but yentimi nyama nko sakwa because adwuma wo kwa ye man ti ase ba no nkrofo ni si wachi o wa hunu ye so ma faka ase akọ
ni omukoye ne de insiachi we de atonsium na sabio edembiem na okoka wanko sia MPP fo anye chobe ya mo yodoma wontimi nkokua ni papa bia ho ne nkoka nyansasem bia se ye beka ye no o ne o kan nyansa wo musen no bade ase etino de ombe ade ni akoye omunya hwenka wan ye ni na ya opposition na what opposition wan ye na unya bi bade ba so kran kan ya ya ndino unya bia we enye hwekra no aso bane sa ayi ukoda kra na so daye so ade ase ndino we should not be worried that they are embarking on this mission. What we should be worried about is the fact that the MPP has lost all iota of shame. But apart from that, to stay in opposition and not get anything to say is very difficult. And perhaps maybe they could have waited a little bit. And yes, the opposition now buying a yard now in car. What do you try? And then you say be your manifesto. Then you start speaking to your manifesto. But when you want to follow things like this, you lose the people that you are seeking to convert. Because at your moken, you convert you cocoa farmer beer. You are cocoa farmer no try Bermuda. I'm a few 9 1 man 1 Ghana crank cocoa sika. I need see you Ghana back muda. We has already become sika de man fie bi e ma no twa ho agyaadwoa na ban bi aba na ban ne ma no hanchemu adioso to hanchemu adiokono a 90% o say ono de onja adenja. I mean, that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
I think
invest or move or you know, and I don't make it my boat a jaw konongo baby a just over baby say or more year for now that's when people for go now who deceive you on our boca
no
the bear campaign on our started you know
Sika on the bear campaign on
started the end of which chairman was on Mumbai actually as cocoa farmers no what do you go back to no I could say scapa
Doc,
when I'll break.
Meaning, say,
Raka, but you want to Brunia, or we are Coco, and no moody. It was you.
Now, Doc, meaning, say, Ufo Dawson. It may have a brave, but just the last one. Not me, but an emailing, Mahunu at least Rollins, Mahunu Kufuor, Mahunu, Urata Mills, John Mahama 1, John Mahama 2. So far in history, and this is my opinion. Me who are bending our power in the space of 1 year. What's this economic magic to say this government? So in terms of Ejuma no dear A+, but how does that Ejuma connect to your grassroots? And I'm reading this, and it's coming from an NDC faithful. Or say, Mr. Host, it's not because of the fasting. They don't want to come out to vote. The NDC leaders are not helping the grassroots. But how is NDC consolidating the grounds of the grassroots?
Opposition 8 years. So, opposition 8 years. Party for no ebre. The expectations are heightened. And you have a lot of people that you have to satisfy in terms of their expectations. And these expectations, obviously, you can't meet them in 1 year. You know, so the bay economy ni bejina ne na so economy ni jina ne na so na bibie kuya e ka obia then now you can come and take care of party for now mo ye grassroots for no kura party ni wo form na mo de party ni nante no mpacho ati ati the one kura economy ni munyina ye na wo hwe party for nko a your government will not survive. You understand? The government must survive. If the government survives, you do the economy well. Party for Nankasabe benefiting indirectly. In fact, it has a ripple effect on the party people. And so grassroots need to hokra. What do the economy need? One year be man directing. So be the economy no more. You understand? And that is the strategy that we are trying to use because governments in and out we have tried various models. Amaya ba what party for? Ekufa badu abai. Or share party for pa. So ankoyi. And they could be a no. You understand? You know, the time I ever first one as well. We tried some other models, so and our models knew the way I work. So this time around, you have to have a blend of the two. So at the here, President Mahama second coming here, he has gotten a lot of party faithfuls into the structure. You understand? When I find blend of party faithfuls and more said you, party for winning more, and so grassroots for no representation. And also a munim diana so musi hunti ne de o ma be so so and ani nyina ka boom na ama system ni ye adwuma correct ye na bibia koso enti si am ne aka ne say be hwe how our party grassroots individually no or expectations ye the measures bugu akwemu e betini aboa party for no so amomo so mo gina mo na so de be ya mo betini aso party no e wo o ma beti because akwese yi interview ye go bibia abomo nipa hin na ebo abomo no oma ho de na omo de soa se komo de omo awan hwe ye omo betimi apegese omo abeti na so omo kwa no mo bro mbeje mo ahwepom but se utimi etutu ne ma yie na load no mu ye ha na so awa na beti a se won didi ye cry mo ha enti no betimi asoa akọ long distance but what they are saying that's how the whole approach is the more man we have a better load on the light on their shoulder that even if they eat and they eat more crowd which they are called long distance than say load we drew now one send the day and now they even load more do can no you know the class so won't mean so we give from that is our buying go Those are the things that the party is working on. So they be a party for no. If it's year brand now, much me attire.
Me dey say o ka se mo dream party for no. Enti obi ofie no nkoto na ba but otie a but assemble na ho ma no na fancy.
Mesere obi a wotie me bia want to na ba no mesere no. Sa ba we wunya pa. Wunya kire say city ni ye dia. Na yenim se ye bedi nkunim de but size a ye de bedi nkunim no ehunhia wo hwa endorsement a Ghana de ma President Mahama 1.7 million vote gap e be seeda. It tells a story and no na ma ban so nya confidence a we dey see economy no enti no se ye wini na gap no enye kese a eno so no e wo no nsuisa so nti no vote no here wo mutie be wi ni de but how vote no wan fa mbe kan wa hwe ya na nsamanfo manya bi aka nze nsamanfo so muti bantwe ape bi aka adi ye start process ya by election ba hwe o maka emfa o mutwegu ma emfa nti no samri enya samri ni e be mo bi aka yesi ye mo ma no dwom o mu kota se no mu se sabio next time ye mo makonya o mu de ani die eni obuo be magana fo.
Yo, you better was say na ya de enkomo hwehwe no asia. Ya men shrap.
Yo, me da se. Me da se.
Yora Dr. Peter Boama Otukono, former deputy secretary NDC, a government initiative on agric and agribusiness, office of the president. Mira so anasai kwanchire for penia odano. Still, I'm a boss. Mr. Driawaha. Na share fallout I think the main controlling idea no the low turnout because the permutations of it. So the politicians here on between no more but yeah it's no share enka whoever it affects at the end of them so say where the politics achieve be bring bit of some of these things
so text no the message no the buy
message.
One of the major factors.
Neglect of the grassroots.
Yes. So we are political party or power. And some of these things so did they agree about how Ayawaso East has become a stronghold for NDC.
That's right.
And the low turnout, higher turnout, still they will win. But my point is that parties always want to consolidate on their gains. They want to have bragging rights. It is part of it. Say, NDC votes are Onyano 2024. Ayawaso East. Senka ene otiminya over and above it. Enka odebeye bragging right. Wakase eye abani nyuma pa oye. Ana ama nipa bi kura no a ebia 2024 omo anto ama MPP no omo anto ama NDC no afi omo beto ama no. Now we are having reports or recording low turnout. It should be and the MPP for no a omo fi say hon mo de enyo stronghold no ha omo bebre because ono so betimi de akogina ba bi say nipa bi a omo buafu enti omubuafu aban no enti na aban kro omo ankoto even though omo lucy mbajo dem ke want maze enti me free say party in government NDC e wo say eyo masem hia
say on be boa grassroots
no na grassroots no enso so ebenya opepa ehwoden any anigye ya omode ye adwuma 2024 no.
Yes, but Mr. Utienia unia eka na eyesa mo ye the economy of Ghana ye. Se na be ya ebetima atena hoda no manya kwanya na afei oma blend the support for grassroots.
Eye Ghana ntia.
Anyway, send this one to Ghana for.
Yes. Asoma coming back no. Eye Ghana ntia.
Okay.
And all build the economy ni ye de na build ye nipa. Aname boy.
No cry de nipa.
Sa grassroots for no. Ya omo ye adwuma no. Omo so ye nipa. Untimi ma unsa enso omo nyina so. Na emum hwɛ nipa bi wɔ hɔ no a yɛbɛfa wɔn sɛ ɔmo ɛna aban n'anim ana ɔmo nye nnwuma bi na nka ɔmo fa nkɔ aseɛ hɔnom na ɔmo so fa nkɔ boa
ɛno deɛ bi mfa nkɔ
aha eti grassroots asɛm no that is where the problem is. President bia ana omampani bia obedi aban anim no ya na office oh papa yi de ebia ofri constituency A and the buy or the certain number of votes and the buy ye man minister or ye MP ye man minister nka ho sebe ya ne hono no obetimi dia aboa nipa e wo ho.
Sometimes it's not because we are the best fit.
No.
Because a person would not minister, no.
Yes.
Now,
no. Because who beba no. Krophobia na oni omoti konkwanu ase to dame. Omu say wo. Now we teacher ni was secondary school. But wo boa party. It omu na mbo ochoboy.
Okay.
Na omu boa na obedi minister. Udi minister no. Udi MP no. Omampani no so ahu se wo waboa sa constituency de bi kura no mo we neda etie ne yema minister nka ho. The idea behind it is that omo tifie no omo boa ma wo ye chobo ibae no boa
but is that it's an you know in this John Dramani Mahama 2 administration he assess appointees no san you know
no se ebi nye anu nti na ema yenua no ana be mo de sa message no buy no and enye onu kwa na mate bebre ko Facebook no na sefo no a mate bebre anu nti na wo te wonu mo na amafo bi call for reshuffle this week warrior from last week
we cry my track to
because nipa bi o mu fi say omo nu mu yina de bo choboy anu nti no okono onu seja okod pebi edi bia bread enye so woman is cut no botomo
sometimes you create
opportunity obi ho no mo a eyadwuma bi ompadwuma kakra because sebi ebia oni certificate but wo na nya ba bia every day anabosome so a ana otwe bia obenya bi na odi adidi na odi akofi but ye obu anipa no man che oboy no ba ya obedi MPD minister no afi oba odu konkwanu ya nase no a omoto omudu dame no na wa rori na yi no ne glass no e tinted already na ko from okumu wo ho ene mi kofi aba eji akirei me ba be humo do me ho se wo se free ho no
aka so no mnete ho
aka ni so no mnete konkwanu ya nase to dame
me si me o drusu sometimes we different
enya onu nko a makun honorable Collins Dauda
so another yeah
Honorable Collins Dauda makonu mahami ibi mikohu no mem one ni nua kwame fada ewo mem baby e fro airport wan kwame fada ti na oba main station hono mo baby omto dam yo kwan no beba no Honorable Collins Dauda hye ni jarabia no no mti okọ mahami so saa no no mti ho Honorable so
Erikopoku say another
so eti me hwe Honorable Kojo Bangre do tiase wo na odu Konongo a wa free Konongo station one mo no e sane no ana ofri kuma say ba ofro be pon aba station one ne right na be so boys be to one from parliament no mo to dame ebi o ha beduru no no abo Kojo Bangre do woti wo bi wato aduane am wato kokko am manopa no mo to no mo to dame thank you say okoye no dey from grassroots no onya omumu sada no to ekoko ma omuno ye na anopa no ebi kura na obi ho no a onni bi
Mr. D I na me challenge and I don't know if enka amanyo sem ho a they should forgive my ignorance granted it is say Mr. D NDC na Mr. D MPP MPP comes to power they don't care whatever push their people into the police service. Push her MPP waiting the marriage certificate push their people into military, push their people into customs, MPP push their people into immigration.
Yes.
And the MPP back corner now mon crop for akam. You know can say 80% of workers a year before, but NDC no power. NDC for Nankasa Gufi. Then NDC comes, but also no there. Or no never be any. Menkasi say no. Or no there, or no na. I say, Kwame Nkrumah de Ghana Jano. To no more better to ni. It's an incredible no crazy form quadrumono. I feel na yeba benya a home brofubia kasa. You see, let's do HR auditing and let's see.
Matibio immigration.
Na crofoni gufie.
Matibio immigration. Nipa kronika chiremi no. Wosu ma adenya. Oye penio.
I have a challenge with that.
I see immigration. Almost immigration na this recruitment omuye. Omu nipa 500.
Say so for immigration.
Nipa come and I and ya buy and MPP for nipa and some of these things. Some of these things it discourages the grassroots. Some of these things it more energy come from because we be a Mami bi anase papa bi o ma ne bana be di akire kikiri na so akora na kon school abie yanko boa na aban no mra oba e bi immigration custom anase bibi no anya bi no akɔhye wo afa de ono ofisa ne party na aba no se eye papa se enye papa saa ne ya ama na ka ho the party ni ba na afa de eye recruitment you see the whole Ghana immigration ya 500
that so way immigration amoyi me see immigration recruitment you amoyi
yes
na NDC ba power no ya ne ye be ni yinti yakofa bibi ese fe no computer na computer na do better exams na se ya dia ma ya outsource ama
aptitude
test enti yesi utini wo mse ya utini free mu a
ya disqualify
so it means that hundreds or thousands of our people will be disqualified.
Makachiro say immigration almost 500 per the whole Ghana
na bi o ye 76
constitutions enuntino ekwan ye be faso disqualify you know aptitude test AI so
disqualify
ya disqualify
no
you see it grassroots to say the you know test and dine and the buy no obetro sa
it yanka no kure say and sa no kure utu da kopa na bit maka yanka no kure say fast ne ka ho ba sebi ye grounds no so ya bo mo a anka enije bi wo ho no e de pressure be
fast no me ti say anopan one of the reporters no can say almost say omon call primaries no delegation e kwato primaries ye ma ombibi se ya mombibi dia se ya muso meto e oba election dia omuso ye mombibi
ba bi adu
ana mbusa se na se omo ye azumi mi se bi kramofo so do omo ye azumi dia e kroje
na
ya yehwe diama here you see but it all comes to say how me wo stronghold
yes
Again and why am I
okay from
grassroots you know
NDC are winning
me person my canon no cry say yeah party power
okay
grassroots no yeah or sebi yemfa na crazy onabo nasa edom buy no edie pa na omo anya film
enunti
yeah obeka say ohwe so no meto aba. We have to look at we have to be plain and objective and tell.
Kwame Nkrumah told the African leaders in one of the African summit, was it for the sake of Africa, let's speak plainly.
Thank you.
For the sake of John Mahama's administration.
Thank you.
And for the sake of the succession plan
Thank
of
you.
NDC.
Thank you.
Let us be frank with ourselves.
Thank you.
Our people are groaning.
Yes.
Let's take care of our people.
Yes. Because people. Only boys nibi. Edin koma ebi ba hawo ebi ba radio station nasifo ebe kansem omtimi kansem ni bi uti awo si nanti eji esra Mafioso some of these things let us not play them down
no
so
we shouldn't
ye fa nya adwuma
we shouldn't
na me fi say I was say omtimi kasa kire nipa
by now every constituency there your list of carpenters
yes
masons
yes
saying plumbers your government na TDC nkoso nya adwuma
me see adwuma wo ye carpenter ni a enkwara da so you see mono desk ene na si for school money bi ma carpenter ni no kakra na onye
sa contract ni amfa ma Chinese
baby ye carpenter ni e wo kwan no ho otimi okwa wa ye nkonwa gu ho ade ntina wo say hey papa wo de wo boa yen yo enti wo de G20 wo ye fa hwe abusia
mzere na kan na Joe Smith there was I know the aptitude test was an avenue to disqualify a lot of us.
Thank you.
I bought prisons, but the question I answered were far from anything about Ghana and prison service. And to who say you're disqualified.
I'm to friend aptitude test no.
Aptitude
according to say time on night yeah A level. Na your subject bio e bia obey physics, chemistry, biology.
Okay.
Na why general paper. Me economic, geography, government. Obey general paper. Sa general paper no. If a BBA humbi. We are student who obey about physics.
Okay.
Obey biology. We are students now. Me my economic, geography, government. General paper ba physics biology.
Okay.
Amoeba me da control about amoeba obi a me sure me sua se dey see measure control lines me dey am me ye no yes me control amoeba.
And what is the sense in that aptitude?
The sense is, you see, it's a way to sieve. So
then there's no fair or level there's no level playing.
Let me say you see into muni na munye bi wa be pass no na wa fam. But my point is that the cutoff, the number I hear for woman, say immigration.
500.
Yes, here for 500.
Say.
And if 25 brebe, or more koto forms. Forms back was saying. Yeah, for my beam. Or more process no musa. Or bet me say or move for 500 penam say I be an no cre.
Immigration.
A be an no cre, but say no cre dia. Miss Rona Mumuntaka. Reverend Steve Ringham, board chairman, Papa Basintali, yeah, oh, and now we are controller general. Mom, you know, when I'm for being come because Nipanwa or Mobeka Sassam Nichemino. Yeah, Miss Mukobu Semun. No, me a DC grassroots or Moba Hassay. Oh, and I'm Busa Munipa Bebre, Mabusa Ghana from Quarabe Brea or Musukase. Almost immigration. I'm speaking specifically on immigration because I know information and I'm a war. I don't know about police. I don't know about your friend is saying military. But immigration there. Almost catch me. And I'm afraid penny be say penny catch them say ebo sana men sumati. Say no cre say no cre. Say it is sad there. O penny mummy enye because enkwani bebre kwadi party na ji boy every say. Opejumaye job
obi free New Jersey mami money day Chairman Saki and or one of the guys who organizes cabinet head of the elections now say no this cabinet party here say party abono here but they buy police.
Thank you.
And yes when you're qualified now offer me or table say frame me na my New Jersey for a following and my calculation be said Omaka see the every constituency with the nipa 20 opportunity. Constituency no edoso. Ayawaso yakutu ya about 49,000 so 20 so how many name say 50. Until you mark 50 every constituency for all the security services. 50 times 276. And not quite 13,800.
But you see for 500.
You can offer 500. Now why you want to say will be a 1 million or baby no. Why you want to so no and the negotiation as protocol. Then the party people who suffer themselves, nobody takes care of them.
Enti obeko ye can say fasting no Ayawaso East.
That's it fasting no break it. Come, I'm on break here. I'm on break well. I'm breaking in 6.
Ye can fasting asem.
That's something.
But enya fasting kwa na the factors. Sab the odi yi ba yi. So the odi adi ba yi na bamu abu. You see, so if you don't take care Uncle Twaba no so a wo and they affect you. Opposition in there or only there. If you are an from the inter but may affect you.
You never heard the other areas of the elections. So end this one penny 14 year. You didn't come say aya monfana superman. When him say yen fire party ma na yen sign fire party in opposition. The reason why we do some of these things is to help us consolidate our political gains.
Political parties ni na no onua omun obi kan so omun suande sadi ayeke
yeah they only learn when they're in opposition
sadi ayeke ABC 208
2016 say I can't and then this opposition 2016
to MPP for
apathy
Emma NDC for who say obia it was glaring
apathy
say ni sentia
ono onko to kra not
Debbie so why would you do it
na me am wanna say omo say twen no so na didi peche o na yan twen de nyina ntwen o je salary say me ntwen say say
na all part was a twen no was a twen
ono so didi
yawo yawo
atutu akwawia okun
aja
grassroots yenti ne ho be fa
no so okun so grassroots do ka
there
you hefo na ntwen
say mo ntwen kakra be fa
senior otukono oyabe boss
and you senior otukono asem ne
David senior forget the grassroots here example no David grassroots asem ne dey
let's open up the conversation
okay ono grassroots okom ye yaw
yes
ena niam ni bi wo ho a obi an kese yenya yo man na yebema ayeye ni yenya nkwohwe party manko a
da party man so mo so kan man no
yeah but niam pese me kan say se party man bi kan say say ye hwe o man ni se ne yebekọ yiye na nipa na ebeboa na yi subampa di na o man no wo party no ene aban no asomo adwo wo mo for example na merebo da no na merebo abranti bi din a no wo me constituency a adwuma boy na ya na wo boy na say every day say after chena no to yes e to da bi a ye ho kire ye but utumu se obi na Mr. Bia wo say wo kura do wa brabo yesin nipa na ye kan say obia na won sabeso so kakra no ye expect say e bia mahama ana party ne nko a ye wo nipa bi wo ho a wo ebi wo ho a na wo anya bibi kakra ye nipa ba ko abiem bi a wo betumi aboa wo mo till time a ebi a wo mo so betumi anya bibi aye wo mo a wo recently na me find out to say san appointment wo mo ye I think last 2 weeks or say 3 weeks na me find out to say sana appointment kura ban man kura sa no wie ya ambassador fu wo kura
mama shewade government has an average of bare 5,000 direct appointments and we are direct president mama onya appointments wie yo edubo se bi oho no na aba ebi oho no na aba
ebi se ba na se bi
wo indirect ade a eno ne de so ka so de kan ho a bebre but I know say direct appointment by say president no a little less than 5,000 or a little less than 5,000
woma mani nyina yi
omunye wie
ane muhu oluma mo ne nka sese nkrofo osu
wate de kan woti akra fam tu wate
okomo ya
na de omuni say nipa no a odi kan mo mbi bedada no omo free constituency omo free district omo free baby a grassroots do omo buy ema omo ni omo ni free sa grassroots no ho na dey asem ni ba no
I don't have the permission of this but there are a lot of tips they send to me aha metin microphone you say metin fair president how many time
there be
what they had here
so now I'm unemployed the woman I'm campaigning supported loyal to I've not gotten anything from her. So if I go to a branch owner, when they laugh at me, they'll laugh at me more than even ever. They'll tell me, we told you to come and
come kwache mama me who
have the mind of your own.
Okay, eti me be say ne amakwame na yabo no but it's because enye ni nyina na me pese mo bo but say utie we na ekonoa like and if you see the messages that come on. We are never against anybody, but the success story of the party.
Now, you say, my dear, will be so attention. Yes, you have been most nipa boni semunti. Yaman appointment. Also, on kakra mo binte.
Hey, what kind of call?
Now, or more grassroots be. Ewo baby a free buy no. Or more who say yaman appointment or dear letter no. Or to holding omo biente.
What kind of call?
But we yes, sir. Na nipa no eboa o ma party no eba ye no tu unya sa appointment no na wo se uyo nipa boni party no ko opposition na hwan na aye minia Now why na so you see sa osora wo dey abomodia na hwe by election traits of by election ubu sanema we wumpa
by election
wumpa yeah so by election there generally there's low turnout ya tenase ahwehwe de ntia generally by elections
and sometimes when you say some of these things people think hard feelings.
No.
Una o kan okre no.
No.
Ya problem we you do.
Debbie.
So yes, yeah. Because you hope ne say ya ban ibu adwuma 15 years cry no not him.
Because on
because what na mu a etwase e kan okre kire.
Yes. Nana yeti otimamufo te say ye hia bibia every kakra free aban bia hono de nya ne say aban kro oman na wutimo no enema hu ekofom ama won so ho harew se ukodwom o bisika akoto petrol se o ye business so kopɛ dollar e de akoye yi a enema no wo fom ena won masema na obi ne meka nana I was surprised or say they say free secretariat Oma supply near Madia mass schools. Ma a broso.
It's a broso.
So what I say? Schools no.
And you know Manjano.
And near my Omadiani and Korani dinner.
I also said
the Seba. Now get here move. And dear a woman is a headmaster's nibi. On. I did a beer of funny pabe 4,000. And I never said pabe 2,000.
Okay.
Ya supply near mana ma eniani guanum. And also perishables in the government triaka dada. On the records of BIGS ministry no. A crabbe say me pabe 4,000.
Okay.
And I was the government you tria for perishables no. Utia mani pabe 4,000. So government tria mana broso no. Sebe ya mo ho nchiri mu no. Headmasters ni bi matrons ni bi. Afachiri. No makoto. This is what is happening now. Previously, we were complaining, say, now, Honorable Henry Adrisu, Nippon report to Ebeba, bidding Crawford for my material and middle, I'm off for my investigation. Ebeba, Honorable Henry Adrisu, says, and to a kind of business, say, and he, and I say, I ye. Says, no, oh, when you want money most to Sabaya. Mo me kan kire say nkora no enya aduane ni biem nkora no nya report biem no a report mega so mo nya aduane biem no de aguon mo wo senka ye hweso yie na ya hono wiaton
we tell you about ba ha Monday Tuesday no ba ha na say so also wo yeah oba show also wo buffer stock board so asema wo kan ya ni ano no ebusu school ho ama woman nya baabi infam but me so me bi sa me hu se aban wo de usika na eto aduane no nti se wonya baabi infam nu a
aban no nya monitoring
wonya baabi infam nu a
na aso no hu
na fa infam wo na mu wa aduane na me se bi asema okay minimum 3 schools or 4 schools a wo ma chi matron fo anyway a me se bi kura me hwe video ebi kura wo ma no du agu kan ma
say metros
wo yusu ni ade ebi ton sa na ema ni nyina enti sa ade no wo mu ye ni ya na se wo ma ye ni ya na ye
free SHS onte ho asem bia
on sa onte se aduane bi enkwara ni nya aduane na sifo
obi ye de peche
enkwara no enya se enkwara ni nya aduane ni di no ya nka ne papam ye de aba wo de mu fa mu dem sebe ya edu time bi kura na bi ni hono mo a mu fa man kwara no
ba be se dia me dia ne say ni odi aduane ni na ye monitor say aduane ni
that is another thing
that is why you schools ni so akwame di wo mo you schools ni akwame di wo mo
for now they think almost all the school they are doing well
no who say school feeding no and schools ni nyina
now the free teachers in there a kabo bia and school feeding you can't
feeding primary you know
you can't secondary school no
free teachers
me on like report be beba and yema koso no you can na go say o man no o man pani no bo no modern ma o man yeye no
ti me mu fun den na yeso ye de aboa
e bi so twekofom no and some of these things So we are buying na so am wani anko ho a amabufu ba o baby obi fi say you are thank you ja obi tika say you are not checking the leakages
bisa amusa dey na MPP serious seat of MPP to say Dome Kwabenya they lost it.
Yes,
in the history of Dome Kwabenya NDC we need that pocket of seats in Ashanti region.
Afano Southwest
no more. And baby I know say what the Abua Kraba.
Afano Southwest.
Yeah, it's not as if
Ashanti region NDC nyabe 6 or 7.
Afano Southwest we need one man crown so kunzulu side.
MPP for anko to aba no.
It will yes sir.
Our party especially in.
It's opposition
in the hunger or two more. Then they take over. Tisa same year kai elections we win here and the day of elections no process
a process akokoso wo nipa na adwene mu no wo mabra bomu na abo to na be
bo se no ma yedi on count no ti wo
MC Joma Hama Roma wa bo e bi kronpo adwuma so ye na merit MC wanye bi and for some na there be MC creating new mama boys the guests the nye bi grassroots I just say be part of MC now resha for me you we dia obeka dey
na womu kase yemu bo MC sa womu bo aban form
ye be bebredi
ni peli wo ho kra na me constituency oka ho
wone
achire obi ameka se wo se na
adwuma okra side ho na
ne nua okra nua ba ko na oka no ho
me dey amasoma make na ni say grassroots e yo mu na boa e ma political party me on every NDC no ma dominate war your political class. They are not helping. But individuals. Shall obit say maybe the lawyer Sami Jenfi. Obeti obewu NDC ni bia me ko Sami Jenfi ho. My information is that Sami Jenfi omukwa obia so ne die Sami de boy.
Yaki o Sami Jenfi be 100 NDC.
Obeti ye honorable Julius de Brade.
Abana say e be ko honorable Julius no. Say na see that no na 1 week in course.
Ene ya ma videos of say me mu say first lady no nyina wo hono. Nipa bebre.
Sami Jenfi bia no. Ya ma no na yere
shede. Perry. Mamun na shade.
Macho na o ko ahun.
Na me ka say obeti
Julius Zebra.
Ene honorable Julius Zebra there. Honorable Julius Zebra there. So but sa nipa na sanya no betimi aye.
Oya ba ko pe.
Nipa bebre. Eti me ka say mre bi ohun. President Gufo na ni minister bi. No a deputy minister kra na obeye minister.
Okay.
Ana no say MP e wa Ashanti region. Na we MP wa Ashanti region. Na ni ko primaries bi em. Emu aye din. Untumi no mia no na we say wo makofo bi e ba ye betu no o mo postpone points na yi ni bebre. Oko constituency one ma report na kire say party for na yo madwen so on beto ba etia no and okosu group president Kufo eso na obroche kra no mo frɛ no ka je say wa ma ye to aba no okọ president for na president for bi san say we a foreign minister and o say ai enipa say na wo constituency ho no mo a why passport ama wo no ogina o say wanjimia ko say na o mbetu
passport kra went na nyama constituent
so na ye foreign
minister o say
eni o mbetu ampa o mutu no eji can grassroots asem na these are some of the things
honorable yema ye ministers ye MCs ye DCs ye momonti ase say ye ntia ye mo madwuma na yemienu Ghana de no omonhwe omo a eti pentin kwa to about because they are your lifeline. Without them you can't secure the next elections.
Share okay to make a government.
Oh,
a political party and a man yetimi a forming government.
That's right.
The political party na any panso and a forming political party no. So we neglect say any panso form a political party how they be a government no. How do you do you then?
Take care of your people.
We are then.
Look, the NDC should be deliberate about it. Say every constituency. Yeah, many pass say 100 the Juma. Be deliberate about it. Be deliberate. Now, and this phone say Ghana for. Be deliberate about it. Wait, money behind him.
Politics, no, I don't know. Yeah, no. Say, yeah, because yeah, facilitating, yeah, do my yeah, no. You're facilitating government activities and political activities. And yeah, channel you're mainstream politics. Me sure said the you do run mainstream politics. You understand it better because Charlie, a political party. Our constitution recognizes formation of political parties. Constitution no say the nipa na to a political party. E dey na party no unya wonso na be form government. E dey ya obi en control nobody will fault you say adentina wakohwe o party for ebo ama ba government. Are they not Ghanaians?
Mr. Bia, my suggestion be ma your papa and my papa chief of staff. Anka e possible papa. Yema MC bia, minister bia, DC bia, in fact government appointee bia. A kind of me who said a mechano say at the end of say the year no ubetimi achire inipa dodo a wafa wom.
It should be part of their KPIs.
And me hear me.
It should be part of their KPIs.
Inipa dodo say no wetimi afa as a minister here we should maintain you.
Because I need to job creation, you know.
Yes.
Job creation can be.
Or you reshuffle you.
Because I offer the part of my own boy and my obey or munya jumaya. Why reducing the unemployment rate, you know?
And why increasing the image of your party?
It's me there. I don't know, but chief.
Oh.
Honorable Julius Kosi Debra.
Fantastic man.
Bradinyame. Yenim chief. And nana otua kofaba. Me so me dey subi. Say KPIs of political friends no. Political appointees. You include because employment, you know.
The number of people employed.
I was so me. President can call state of the nation. Or can see a funny public brain as if Ghana for.
Me only say president can see a funny per 1 million.
Yes. Ghana for.
Na emu 1 million. NDC for saying the womb.
Ghana for. Say for and say omu na kura 1 million na NDC for. Wami Ghana for. Say obi aba no se me fa. 1 million me party for the akoye adwuma and ka unemployment rate in this country
in a 1 year nipa 1 million.
Thank you very much.
The average 4 years no 4 million see
that but nipa bi wo hono mo a nipa boni semunti owo avenue no so obefa nipa onfa
e bi so e greedy to
that's it
greedy opeso no nko a
onfa
no se segu ni boto
onfa ebinum so wo hono mo a avenue na wo hono mo no they are selling. Some of them sell. And you're not.
Me say me Kobe. Na call me finding out answer. Obi frame and I'm not sure it is true. So obi so at the Bank of Ghana for 70,000. But I'm can say no correct. Na John Mahama buy we or two so
over 70,000 na no day.
On management.
Now no way.
Okay, I'm say oh here when TSK be mo be anya no correct. Na President Mahama there's no way.
Now on the 70,000 no ekwa na ya fa na adwuma so me so be man say.
Any say Bank of Ghana dey mu ye.
Ah sir.
Bank of Ghana there.
I mean, you more what?
Back of Ghana, dear, we our salaries there. Say, baby, 100,000 here,
hey, congratulate.
Oh, Bank of Ghana, baby, 80,000, 70,000.
Oh, 90,000. Not that I won't come here and compare maybe.
Governor Crado, no, she's in a different way.
Oh, okay.
Bank of Ghana. Oh, I mean,
when I only win now.
Say, baby, on your family, don't know. Say, bank, you're the moon and your dear Becono. I'm not down here better hand more. As a boy's base, you bufu kakra. Cratchy beer, you will position. Or he can't drink maybe Tia Mahama. He can't drink Tia and this in your dear. You who you see a time, Yaqueno, corporate affairs director of communications. Now, me politicians, I said they respect neutral people than people like you and whom to fight for them. That is what sometimes I think. Because sometimes it doesn't make sense to me, say, you suffer like obeku for your people, say, Mobaya will be or no man who crow because we're in a damn foot. No. Fell scratchy for su. I bet you say those appointments have been revoked. And also other items.
But what say? Amamunu ayebu. anase oman bia be ebetenase a oman pani ewo asede se obebu oman no amamu no obu no soso no omfa ensapan ne bu eman no or the sebi resources a oman no wo no na ye harness no na yenya bibia film de de agu man enipa ye for modwumam eye omuso enya dwuma ye nemom eduru time bia politically ya to aba ama won se wo lose election Ghana ye to yen aba December 7th acha kwa achire kura December 9th December 10th and acha 1 week election you declare elections say kura de political parties no atimi quality o ma de no mo declared then we call it provisional results emi yehu enunti no me free say yen fa unim de jasa na ma we ban yen nya ne mra yen ne mra o say sa announcement no the chief of staff e be announce enipa bi etwifa so free say omo free say emra bi ani honom say transitional period no yentimi mfa nipa yen ne mra say nya to aba wie na wo lusi pe efiri okono emo obi amfa nipa bi because sa nipa no a okofa omo no in between sa budget na ye election budget na ye no anytime wa ye besa ye budget biem because ye took 7 December ni wie no a ya ye budget ni be November or October.
Yes.
So it affects the year under review.
Okay.
Aha. Enunti no on say obetimi asa e bia ode say aso ani in aman another year abedru. Enti say nipa na wo fa no ya ye budget de dada say no state institutions ministries no na sefa ya budget de dada say nipa na do magum wo no odo magum no budget when you even tuo moka
bebe burden.
It becomes a burden. I feel better na sanko for the team 1 year ya for adwuma ye ntua ye kada na ye demonstration na ya kasa so anu to avoid sandy man we nyina no ya fa ye mra say ye to aba ni wia from the very day be to aba ni ye be hu say this person has won the election kaput obi anya employment bi eye sandy man we na masa ade na ban
yeah
so me ma hu bebre but omo ya omo se ye court say ye ma hu bia na se ye Ghana Maritime Authority die ma hu bi ewo ade ye friend say Ghana gas no ne natifo ma hu bebre ye friend say Exim banks Exim bank say so e bi wo ho that I have a report oye employment wo mra ya to aba ama on say eno ya na deliberate ebo apaye ya to aba malusi nche ne ma me sisa dipa mum na so adripa wo tirimu a wo betena so 8 years 4 years ade no wan fa nipa
ade ntina
o me o be so fa nipa no na nipa no no dwe no wan adripa say on go through any ade bia ade ntina wo betena so 4 years 8 years no wo pese wo fa de dwuma wan fa na minimum obi a me call baby na former MP neba tio neba ya fanu wako interview for 2 years na interview
for 2 years
na ya to aba wie no transition period na this opposition ya to aba wie transition period no afena no waba chief executive no ebebusa ne say opening na me ba no chief executive so ochina occasion is 3rd January. Near to about you. The following year, 3rd January, no what you want on start Juma. No man let it.
Can you imagine?
I saw it. I don't want to mention the institution. I saw it.
My sister, not all Pejuma wo Minerals Commission. Say me minti. Man. Wa man. So into na year to the bia. Me de ya kenne maybe no.
Me to
say party assessment.
Na
ne ono no say all management because they be on joining a political party and offer ni hu abufu na ono no sebi etifie na different one go so dia like me it doesn't make sense to me
sa adiwe no ana former MP no so American no oye MP we ewo party na MPP so we former MP no ye first year MPP 2020 no ye MP 2020 I think 2016 and we MP 2020 and one team enya
okay one time
ne ba no or the no coin for 2 years or say me ba na aba interview 2 years nie ya to aba wi ya mfa no ntimi be wu CEO okoya ne yaka so on started ya to aba December no 7 so no on started 3rd January now I ask myself say how can you do this
nipa bona for some
so eti me free say yamfa yemane nyamra say yenya to aba ni wi ana say November December ana November ana say October
okay
ma obi anya employment biem state institutions all agencies ministries departments not by November and by October ma obi anya employment
I even say 6 clear month election
thank you yamra sama yamra
appointment then
yes say mane yamra sa nema we nyina no eto betwa because obi nipa bonisem say obeba obenya budgetary constraint nti we lose elections we be so nipa gum na oba sa nipa no wo ni budget because budget na oye no ene ye dey adwuma eti in between the time be so in 7 January no anytime or the following year no wo be your budget no campaign budget be ne mfantu o cafe obeti unemployment and why graduates obeti unpaid nurses unpaid why meanwhile the nimpa say the problem was created as a result of wapaye so eti me free say
it's so sad
yeah you find nyamra say the mra no to said okay I support your 6 months
it's so sad
6 months before election there should be no state or government employment state institutions agencies you know because
be ready to make your handover report
yes prepare for your prepare for transition and then I'll go for nipa I didn't know that I'll be chance 4 years 8 years one for nipa
wonderful some isi for Timbela Australian High Commission also with here Michian and we live on Accra 100.5 FM Citizen Show you best say I go back to Ayawaso East na ya pick feed from there na ya hwe ne cause of course agrada also my release and there's a story me pese you treaty minim see treaty and send ya break about because when we after break a bit more political so I wanted us to person get in free honum maybe like 5 minutes the story no crash bi ekonwram okokokum uramu a yamane 3 years
mahu sade
as against agrada and these are what people are saying
mahu de okono but
okay where some other people
no me on social media I didn't mahu but okofa emra ewo especially amanu nasifo amanu nasifo emwa ho asem na we enwura mu na okoye no wan ko nwura mu ko I think mahu sa astro
no, it was too illegal say you don't have right say obekwa with the license
and I think he entered into a restricted area and okoye
na say one to me has entered into restricted area as say kwa every 2 or na more
enti no ogina court
and we yamane 3 years
me free say wildlife
destroy the whole
wildlife so emra no wo ho na ewo metiase people are saying say I didn't know there see ya fast track amane 3 years e bi so
metiase who to me case and the papa we case on okumabo baako e wo mu say e san kwaji to me wontumi akumamu bebre eti why pan is what them by now
omi na wo so mu
dem ejana na we dey na ma fast track am na 3 years
na we ni dey na mra na e wo ho no e no dey
e na wontumi dey mra ni
mra no wontumi dey no so me free say mra no these are some of the things wontumi dey
yes
o say grassroots asema ye kan grassroots abufuo no we no kan wontumi dey ne kan because amanfo fi say eye clear say okwaji sika say me kwa akoye akwan aban sika Ghana sika na release am hwe mamika story bi nche there was open phobia no me contractors MPP time and on behu na om si me na me media ni obi for a former deputy minister bi ya no owo your friend say area hono ebeji sa me nua no mo me contractors ni sika so obemo contract bi wo area hono 100.5 ko sana contract no ya the contract in road ya the amount wuntumi a wanye
wuntumi ya
wanye ana waji hu sika adi ana won peso won de contract no obi foforo eju won ko so won ko no ko hu say contract na is in the name of wuntumi company no ana won really alarm for 1 year they different say they can facilitate ya they people some mom na say for no former deputy minister no ntua ska no ntua
can you imagine
so ejie ne ka kire se masa krono na obo no pieska no ana otua contractor ni sika man no so you see untimi me kan kire me say ya the road contractor mo obi ama no mobilization wanye adwuma no oda so ne nam ho no but mobilization ya ban sika ya o man sika no wodi ni free what kind of am I not on am ho ya Sabi, yasu obi akokum adoa. Wa fa kwa paso okum 3 years. Adoa.
Ibumua. Ana yem say mraso. Ntu no pa akono wafom. Yeti ase.
Nemum.
No ko mu say na nka yede.
Ti say dey work no. Sa ayi road contractor asemi.
Nipa do ma grada buo ma fa so kroma no makomu. I was 8 months. Agrada nipa webu ma fa so akomu 8 months. Obi kokuma do wa akomu 3 years. Na mo se mra no me ni common sense nti na menti ase na say e se misua law.
Na the woman say the law
and I just no be no man san wa betena se. I don't get it. Yes.
On the ifrim.
Oh, there be so munu so. Obu onu so bi onu cook. Send here.
Ayi oti ayi asemo obekan no. Ayi friend say Reverend ayi friend say the okumasi. Ayi
sack.
The opambo. O say ayi de amamuo no de. President Mahama. Anya Donald Trump cry yonko no. Okawie no say ye ready Mr. Ghana for mo amote e mamo kwetire mu ntira no. Ni wo leta. Mr.
Sports for no time.
Sports on time anti Mr. Hon mu de yi film. No mu hu. Ombega dey akasa tia wom. Atra wom ti we dey besemu. So bi tia.
Judges Mr. Bi asemo no mo he.
Mana wo ma jailing ni wo. Wonim yem problem ba ko e wo yem prisons no say en reform nipa na wo de wo mo ko ho.
Da bi tie eno hon mo ne de. Se wo ko ho. Now person reform ya. Mahu bebre nsusu wo mo ko ya. Reformation no as the name is no as a place for reformation no. Oma ama ewura mu. Akweche school ya ekwe. You can go to school. Go through the school, but the school will not go through you.
No. Mr. Bia, what is it in prisons? Reformation, who pass any pattern in Gina Ho about them prisons, one more prisons, but Fatan in Gina Ho, Bayer 7 to 8, one more bar.
The wire not because a hormone, ye try and regiment. You tried recently. My point is that
Mr. Bia to start with. Baby on modern numpo.
Reformation. Oh, that one.
Reformation be the free.
That one. That one. But if you want me say agrada a year any old jubilate no am come to say now me free say and ka ba ye de nyame na hu mobo ana judge bi
oh sika sem na nkofo pe Mintu men so be aye
but onka say judge be
discuss sem say you hear no okotu tuo ye okoku abuo ya ade agba ba aye wo krom ha
me no ya adwene say me no ya adwene say
eja mom ye hwe ye mra yi na ye mra no ye mra na ku
until say ye behwe ni yie say ye be system na say na sefo no. There is nothing like a bad law unless the law is repealed or is amended. Until so be best sorry say me de emra we de me free say enyemra papa enti bia mako Supreme Court ana mako ba bia e wo say ye hwe ne ye hwehwem ne ye repeal ana say nya amendment. It is still
that Mr. Dear answer be repealing. In law you got the discretion of the judge.
Yes.
In the face of the law, we a judge, you can be discretionary. You nim say ebia oye we are between this to that.
Yes. There's a range.
But there are so many say ebia your laws near non-custodial sentences. Otherwise, obi ono akwa kukuma do na bibi. Me meka me ebia metwa bonukom say me kukuma do ma anyi permission. Na ebia mama na you got them for say 6 months. Ejuma anko no be no
nti yenkohwe
but we are yes wa kokum nwuram nam
and yenkohwe wildlife act no say obi committee sad na penalty the point no yeah saying
and na me say then our law should be uniform.
The uniformity of the law
because based on say wildlife act na say no e bia say 2 years to say 10 years na e ba krono yes, I don't know. Yes, say 6 months to 1 year.
Say yen Criminal and Other Offences Act, you know, and so prescribe the kind of punishment for all levels of crimes. Yeah, be committee. But we need no. There is Wildlife Act, you know, so ever provided the kind of say who encroach here, and as if you go and poach. It means you have done it illegally.
But in the face of the law, can't a judge pardon? I don't know about that though.
No.
Say but judge Bitimaka said me the way walk.
And how can I say discretion?
Yes.
The judge can give a discretion and give reason, explanation. You see, but Obiso on one, he wants to go by the letter of the law.
To be said, you sure say, Uhieni Bapa. Honestly, Anna judge be a man of 15 years. You beat my sister. Uhieni, see a Uhienia. Sebi, and your Prada Sunoda. Yes, Uhia Koto to and your Prada, so maybe na metre, Uhia Uhia Munipa. Anna Yaman 15 years, Sebi or Bunko Fafasoa. You beat my man 1 year.
No, it depends on, say, your man judgment. There can be an appeal.
Yes, appeal.
And the appeal no, the evidence and how the lawyers for the conviction will also adduce the evidence to the court may also be a subject for the judge or the judges to look at it. So, a woman say, you say, but actually, the lower court, sentence, and I say judgment or the mayan, you free say a sonado. Into Yantis.
We had the position of the new judge here. I think that a numana would to sound or to say a nimana a bar, the nimano.
It's better,
and I say a justice system.
Because the yep,
it's a pardon.
Oh, a favor be na betonoso. Oh, who say
here for be brave praise here favor baby.
Oh, who say a favor
here pardon.
And abetonoso. Na what me about say I wasn't ka oye soba. Many no and ka sa didn't know what you hold money nano. Make a sorry for say. I said that ne o say di manyame. Na asida no ye di manyame no. Mo obi e nya didi. Because me assure say and some mean see you because we are one case. Other cases beba.
Yeah.
So because we didn't have a brave money I mean nimbi.
Yeah.
So say me yesika gari. What the fuck?
Very well.
Nana me that's it.
That's right. Assembly to 2. Until ne. Your papa knows what the fuck. That's it. Live on Accra 100.5 FM Citizen Show. My homra. Yeba Juma and Enko say Honorable Baba Jama bedding Kunimini and night. Yanko Pesca crying you to enti me bato NDC phone especially mo Ayawaso East Mesremo mumpie emfree fee na monko to abano. Even if anybody is groaning early days yet abaya na fe no wedi 1 year obia hobeto no ya botere ye Ghana yi obia hobeto no ti bato obi bia wo tie me bia wo Ayawaso East a wo to aba bia mesro ahobrase kwan so ye poucho pie na kokoto aba no. Of course se bi mo ankokra NDC be we need here, but we want it in a large margin ti me pacho that is it. Ma yetwe homra ye ba ye ne abedwafo e be sinkonya stay on.
Hey, say the Mako who ever Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic no. Me who credit me. Say enunti no manya award wa. Eya world best. Obia transe ema dompem ya de. Ka say anase me boya de enkan to dem bio.
Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic. Esa nyarwan te se. Ne ekuro etu no. Ne enkan ewo nanum. Oba na be mo pa wo. Ene enyarwan kaye.
Nansi ma me ka say ene spinal cord ho ekaye no. Greenfield adaromenti ene wasa so le gina na so ebiem.
Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic. Ewo ultra modern laboratory and a diagnostic machine sir. Ashushe di pediadi mu ankasa. Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic. Ewa Nungwa Dogon Estate Junction. Last stop. Frewa 0243 983 906 and 0261 651 898.
Greenfield.
God is our healer.
Greenfield.
Your last stop.
I believe.
Junior Mengro, my brother Hope. Now, when you not Joe Bagrosano. Now, dear, when you mean the Samoa, or what personality natural health care so I hear. And I didn't just say you. Best care, I won't 70 or 10 so Cassie more boo, who prostrate I can say, I'm on your drone so woman who say yes, stroke. Diabetes, hepatitis B, pressure, 60 yard dear, a fitty chroma money, and no yard the whole was. Oh, won't fit ye pa. Afe oba opesa o hips anasa wo to eya akese ye ho adwuma. Se stretch marks ajo wedi no aboso a ye yi free ho. Berima obema swa a opesa ye pagya mu no. Bra, best care ewo enkran. La Paz, Nyameche Junction, Grand Prince School no achiwa. Kumasi Bantima, G Runabout, your Medlab achiwo. Baby ani edan se human rural wo mu no a. Se wiyo so empomam ye ne Church of Pentecost ene di hwe animu. Takwa Roman Stores, Yeni Zenith Bank, Edition Nimu, Sunyane, Yawa Rex, Yeni Total Filling Station, no, and Edition Nimu, and Takra, de Anaje, Yeben, Queens of Peace Academy, Yeni Koi Filling Station, Edition Nimu, Frepeske, Ewo 055.
For akwesi sikedru amanfo isiwaji jame yampa den sikedru basic cash na mana made me wonansen no basic cash eno so ne de game aye bono woni mobile phone so a ebetimi ama wenye sika bochu egu botu na say na mebo game yi wo me phone so eno ane se obe dial *245# simple cra your Ghana jollof your trotro ene your gold mine ene ma me 100 phone yi na me fa twa bie ehun hia so obe kwa Android phone ukra yam phone kra na ye ane se o network wo so na work akra da mobile phone dial *245# simple cra na say na me hia se metimi atwa game yi low as 1 Ghana cedi ekosi 1000 cedi emu no aya atwa na dodo na dini dodo na so be ka me ho na chere yen cruise water sani abazika se hira we die be kakra ma me na me so me fantwa bie ene onu agihwe yansa emu no uyeye na etoma wa aya kan wa hememu na na nyame hira me ntiase yebehia basic cash and incratui National Lottery Authority Caritas platform agiatu obetimi akwen website www.basiccash.online and asi your telegram basiccash GH ticket be qualify with your monthly jackpot obetimi win 50,000 cities.
Give us P capsules. A memory. Manum bia ye benemu. Kani metutu ya na minkuma bo asese de. Betu esa kum benia G. Give us P capsules.
Give it to me, baby.
Give us core capsules we.
Emane meme nyina akoko yade. Sisi yade amamanya yem timotete wo mo no. Yedru no no. Manum bi amama de me ho.
Give us core capsules.
I give it to you, baby. You give it to me.
Oh yeah.
Hey. Give us in row. Amen anijia bebusua mu papa. Give us P capsules.
Meme wadi ifedu watwede kronkwa na efa.
Give us core capsules.
Apemfo abatra wo mo manufo ne nkwada wo ne ifedu mienu nka ho. E wo drugstore bia motofo nko Give us Herbal Center, Teshi Mobile, and Teshi Adriami. Phone numbers 0543 222 470 and 050 68
FD ahwehwe saa ejedi nkrato yi mu agye atomu se eye.
Brush your teeth every day and night, up and down and all around. Brush the clean and bright. Brush your teeth. Brush with mom and dad. Underneath and in between, brush the germs away.
Pepsodent, cavity protection.
For dental stronger teeth.
This advert is FDA approved.
All right, Miguswa Meches Kana star 850 star 5 hash star 850 star 5 hash. The battle game way wait me be at the Akoko talk card no pedo. If you know what I say, no bit when you scour Hano dear. I am telling you, a game one so follow pow now them. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. A review scratch for win star 850 star 5 hash. Now we know. Phone bia ukure bia, whether yam, whether cocoyam, whether cassava, whether plantain, whether smartphone. Phone bia ukure bia, bit my boss Jume. And the young come from out now, so this can be an FGA star 850 star 5 hash. Dial star 850 star 5 hash. Now what choose station Kwa open, so you choose Accra FM. Afenwa select here I would say 5 cities to about 2,000 Ghana. Me am trying to see it because na me netia me many apple no say me debate 2 times. Aha, until me come from out star 850 star 5 hash. Me turn do bone ma. Nti me sere wa twabi na me hu yan kana ka echi. O phone ye o say fami. E ye o say 50 Ghana be o so mfe ntwa. O san dwene ho. Na udin so e. Na udin so e. Nti me sere star 850 star 5 hash. Na yenko yenim Minia Haruna Mohammed atranse ancha mbetini kana Pepsodent cavity fighter se menka wo se anopa ne enwumere no ane ditwe edimi soro ukodwa so a Pepsodent enkase ma me todra me ditwe me se kase ma me Pepsodent fatwi mofra ne se fatwi mpanyufo se anopa ne enwumere nyina ye kan form ma wo ene ewie Wetima from customer no care center no to free 0800 2030 0800 2030 Pepsodent every smile matters. Hard builder semen ka osem guso ton sase no me pa cho se secret ayefo otua eye skanu hafa yesa ma be 6 man krampu na ode wie. Na we no longer sembia ni so service plot nti yi niema na kama nkane a wo so nya dawa lochebie obenya bi nso woningu chopoli na ne 35,000 about 30 ne 30,000 about 25 umpe we na opeden 0241665200. Okay ma menkwa homa no so na yeni nkomo me wi ana ne honomo no ye de aka ho ama of course our main focus is on the Ayawaso East elections. Yenim say state of the nations enso honomo a repam say yebetimi aye ho adwuma but of course say yantimanya ho adwuma yi na pardon us is because of the elections yakoye nim no yebebubu na basa ene sere na ne omampani ene yebeche omrase bedwam no yamagana fo so atiase yi Veronica ama day ewo ahobane so na yenene twetwe nkomo hello Vero.
Hello Nana.
Vero mehwe memre na sima aduanan abo apa no nan ho 40 minutes past the hour of 4. Everybody na mode about to nyina ekọ na wieye na situation ewo grams say hifa potin so na ojina.
So 10 minutes to 5 so polls for the Ayawaso East by-election now. So far, for 17 polling centers. Now, me call Konya update kakra. Now, me call opposite club 10 ewo kanda. Total votes is almost 727, but as of 440, not 203, and Abetuaba. Also, junior high international school, I also want Nima, 566 expected voters, and so far no 170 voters, and Akasi, Mano Boise, our presiding officer, and I did some information with Mammy. We also call Nima Highway Next 1, and also 447 expected voters. Out of 410, now 144 per and Abetu Omaba. And also so presiding officer or Shan also rally and wow. And also Omo police station 1 and 21 and Amabon and 2 no so a friend Nima Highway there's 2. And also so 363 expected voters. Now out of it 86 voters casted and also so presiding officer Dan no so 40 man now wow. This also called Nima Hona police stations there 110 and Alhaji Drisu House there were 1, 2 and 3. Now Alhaji Drisu House 1 722 voters are expected out of 440 170 and Abetu Omaba. And also so presiding officer down Alhaji Idris. Now Misanso call Alhaji Drisu House 2. And also so 433 expected voters and then Umbetu Omaba. Now 114 and Omabeto. And also so presiding officer Odano Isaka Farida 2. Alhaji Idrisu House 3 so 433 expected voters. And also so 149 so far and Omabeto Aba. Misanso call Nima DHS 1 and 2. Now 249 and expected some Omabeto Omaba, but as of 410 not 67 and Omabeto Nima DHS 1. DHS2, sorry, and also 162 expected voters, but as of 430, not 46 and Omabeto Omaba. Misansu Konya update from Information Service Department, Kanda 1 and 2. Kanda 1 is also 594 expected voters, but as of 441, not 55 and Omabeto Omaba. Information Service Department, Kanda 2, so 590 expected voters. Out of 440, 59 and Omabeto Omaba. Misansu call 37 military daycare center. And on your A, B, and C, and A is also 441 expected. Out of 440, 49 and Omabeto Omaba. B is also 441 expected voters. Out of 441, 33 and Omabeto Omaba. Now, my next presiding officer Michael Atobrajian no catch him say, because a weekday and so and I only say I'm not for Quajuman to my phone 3, 4, 5 no and mobile phone, but on also chimney say how mugu social, but so far total no dear voter turnout no has been very low. Maybe and Misansu call Sallyview police station and also Wakanda. Also so 663 expected voters. Now out of it, 160 and no Makasi or move vote. Now presiding officer da no ya give to that comment and teaching common no say or no the no him say as of 3, 4 no not amount form but no him say so far in the end voters turnout no I low. But me call Nima cluster to a hona me share how I come see our former MP for Awutu Senior Awutu East, sorry. Now by no say a woman say MPP for no my baby dear, but they have to come in their numbers to come and vote because back for we need for all into a MPP for now or more my baby bonus or more brand or my best to abanti nana and only information now
but my memoir about so personally I like how you doing your reportage. You're doing so well. I just want to encourage you because here within short period of time, number of polling stations that were to me Mr. Omedoka Alewa. What's it's Oba me discuss Kwame one family one actually say
expected there by 5:10 the no do collating center no now if any updates here I will bring it
exactly
if on them go to see Accra FM 100.5
Piao Veronica Ama Day and we'll see your name now. We have others on ground sir me permit you be corner you know so edi enkomo kwam kwachi there was Samson
me boss Harunaba
na come from card mami oh massa we ready
By serious o. Haruna. Mikra card bi wo bi nsem. Send am for say no to that kuna you covet or disqualify.
Say my head.
Say on hodu okwendi simu da ben.
Me.
Ah, insa no bi ka share.
Contest nyina me kwendi simu ja o.
But card ya mi hu hai.
Kwa friend the oldest o.
Nyamia ye bia ma otu da ko.
Ma me share.
Ejefo. Ore mama pa picture ni nchire. Hey, ye bio. Ejefo.
I invade my privacy.
Ah, ejefo. Nyamia ye bio.
Say.
Oh, nyamia ye bi papa.
Ah, that be na dey kwa me.
Ah, because ejefo over Facebook ah. They na no otu da ko I'm not joining NDC.
And I'm joining you. No, I'm joining the other side.
No, I'm joining them.
Time I'm going to say about new card or head office. No.
Head office. It's when a year, Ben.
I've forgotten a particular year.
Yeah.
I don't. You back here the first.
No, 2016 now.
2012.
I
think 20. That be before. We met 2012.
2012. Hey, into 2012, nothing out here.
2012 one.
Hey.
Because Zita about 2008, so fire about I think 2012 for me.
2012. Hey. Therefore, do I run no.
By that time, I mean, started active. Don't make me started from 2004. They should go and find out.
Oh wow! Inti.
So much constant to our.
And yes, I can make a every 7 out of 8 people in the constituency of me and DC4. They know me. Nabi MC program, I'm hosting.
So what we are saying is
a chairman general.
Yes.
As they don't get here. He's aware of what we have done. And the beings with him say me a former vice team.
Yeah.
Legon.
Yeah.
Me a former branch youth organizer.
Yeah, Chom say
me a former branch chairman. Me a former constituency co-opted executive.
Now you say
but yeah journalism I said that time no.
So not just a veteran. So I'm going to for say Ozura ku picture. So full in this ni. Yeah, that yeah. Where you chat into omo we chat that to her. But nana election akoyi.
Yeah.
Now people thought say Nima hodie.
But when the council say omo contest for debt communications me nuanom no.
Yes.
Who said there's a caveat say when your constituency officer that won't count. So one can no support him now.
Yes, so me nim say Dr. Aye oh na me mebudi.
What they talk about you?
Me nim say me Dr. Aye me friend on fighty. Friend am support no. Inti.
No support me. Oh, what's what kind of Haruna? What's what kind of
the candidate
support no.
No, sir, let ya say me and I'm menya adwen sachra. But no make later. Eti sina ba win no be win. Only me bon pai say 2 journalists woman win.
Say Karim me Karim.
Yes, only Karim. And abaku bi so ye journalist. Ono so win.
Who is that? Na dey for 2.
Karim Adam.
Oze
Adam.
No, we Wezo.
Karim
yes,
Adam.
Yes, on a host of money show.
Former DC was Salaga.
Yes. On a host of money show. I'm paying some tune a winnie on it na no to dako. Senior, my main can we on the election.
Karim Wahodi constituency officer.
Karim minim say who say ni university days no. Minim say Wahodi be and
no, you know,
I start to be correct here.
Maybe said that no say maybe say 10 say 10 qualify crowd and come them qualify that.
Senior 10 qualify, 10 qualify.
I'm say 10 qualify.
Oh, qualify. Oh, qualify. Yeah, qualify.
And they say
yes, maybe say but senior wa qualify that veti for no. Veti committee higher no muti.
That be
muti means na zo.
Ma dey obey me veti. Nyem na campaign.
Yeah. Senior wa me kwada me time no ma.
Very well.
Who say na me ka say per the way nim the way nima etie no. Yenim say hodie awon wom so just here. But we thank God the Inspector General of Police IGP you by ya de papa yes the way what to police no kama na wa ma bibia tutu yi IGP ya de pa yes sira o hwe ono ankasa ground wa ma bibia ya oda Inti when omo na komo pese o na ye twa obi ti ye twa obi se ning na aju bro bibia ko kama
but
unse
no so too much and I okay
unse onim the way a hodom etere
okay flashpoint
but I like how they were wama bibia ye kama I said the bibia nko so Ghana de ekoso ani eyi na semra ekoso no but bibia ye kama yembo IGP abaso say wama bibia
yembo na abaso any mischief so record na any
politician oko deputy communication officer
me aware why my pressure ton kofudo
and then so what can okre or say first don't support me but say also o nipa boni nipa kwa
say nipa me support
no pressure na aton kofudo
say nipa na me support me for no fa
hey who pressure aton kofudo pa
because
I've had a lot of people who have complained to me.
Oh, wow. That's Ominyanka on channel.
Okay. Also there obisa could be some there and I don't know to or serious there or ba or yeah.
I said I'm sure NDC
communications now. In fact, they didn't doubt his membership.
Yeah.
It wasn't in doubt.
Yeah.
But more kind there. No to a utility player. Even CMG a utility player. Yeah. Oh wow, Oko TV. Oko cry for Oko class.
Sports. Who's not Otimi host? Who's Otimi morning devotion? Otimi live worship now. I'm not gonna say nyamso but na say na nyame bi ono no
Ese mo ka. That's all Jenna Okasa. For the records,
you are a utility player.
Yeah, that's it.
And you know, mama, if they look at your versatility, it makes it a challenge to some people.
It's kind of mini.
There's when you original and pupa there. So one or two people ask me the oil no quarana. Nam so matete the bibi there, and I've seen on social media into me when the man no chada no quarada no say hey on obezi you into I better with you. I think the is a good move.
Me only ba lawyer anko osanko anka menko eyakuga sankakuga yes o siam ko deputy a eno de
or movie
or mean that's what I heard. Okay. So or mean a
communication director.
That's what I heard. I say sometimes you still have to learn if you have certain leaders. But when they move, they offer you the chance also to step in their shoes.
Yeah.
So when I did side inquiries now, me who say, oh, honorable Kugan could be so then at least a crime be because that person may call for that. That person may call me starting by make yes, me train my train. That person may call yes, me train my train. So this is the third time I think the time is ripe.
Oh yeah. I will wish you well. Now me dey juma so which my am bro. When I make why you are very versatile. Maybe I was wish be able. What do to born baby is in there woman will you're able to deliver. So I know that, and that is what you see. Communication in government is one of the most difficult thing ever.
That's right.
If you're in government, communication is very different from when you are in opposition.
Management of information.
Opposition they say be bakrana pay him shwe inte mobile kana a punch holes. You understand? When you are in government, the way you need to communicate, the way you need to make information accessible, are very important because sometimes it's not that bearing a BBO, but information you don't even get it. Nice,
you don't get it.
You understand? And the last time, man, me today, Commander Kebi, no, you won't talk Kebi, and I'm sure you also have the same problem there. Most of the appointees, do they even call any of you to explain some of the things they are doing or to tell you that maybe some questions about it's a radio there. You speak to facts.
You have people like us, Obi and Frey and Chile. It me better have council. What's information being na minjile?
Oh, it's for me. It's
Yes. Some of these things they don't make use of us.
For me, it is sad. Until I think they should understand. And if you have people like you are, what I say, no, don't starve people with information, especially most of your people who are in various media houses. They are your first point of call. And I want to know you be relate because I would say in NBC, in MPP, in GCPP, in CPP, in PNC, every party you know and they communicate with you.
That's right.
It's all my maybe I say in mess, maybe I don't maybe bafa mawafa. I think the solid guy. I mean, you have my support.
What time Okodra in America? Me use upon Kroma for as example. Upon Kroma. At the Bechi, 80% of radio stations will be singing the same song.
Yeah.
Was she Sejuma? And today, people say those times you're saying joy for you. You don't blame them. You don't blame them. Maybe I ain't cranky, maybe the same thing or will do worse. So you don't blame Joy or you don't blame Adum or whatever. Opinion a team share na dwuma yi. And a journalist for no. And so we're shipped in line. Are we doing the same?
No.
Okay. Another one.
A big girl.
You didn't come on.
We have a call here.
Who are doing it?
And yeah,
papa.
Michia, it's here for Michia Obia. Son of my chassis on Nana. I'm saying, yes, I knew.
Yes.
Press release about a mop-up Hajj medical screening. The chassis at the Hajj board. Saudi Arabia, Edin Shisha Fufro, by say in 2026, Obia Opesa Uncle Hajj Biano. I say okra medical certificate. Actually say Yaria Odiba ana nia ehano ana nia ehano ansana yebe manu visa no dia yeshasiye
release no so
release no this is a mop up yeshasiye every upper east eba north east echo upper west eba north about Ashanti region, the last phase, Ukraine, yes, Saturday, a baby Thursday, but do na auntie say, medical screening. Or more muti, baby, are free by. Yes, I can't almost say, best about from last mop up, at least a center with Tamale. Or more move upper east, upper west, ni. North East na umetuma Tamale ebe running sa mandatory test yi enu na release sa press release say ebe ye mop up on Saturday nti obia onye ye
sa area Facebook my press release
ya kayo mo say
Pilgrims Affairs
yes ma obi mo pre say omu ba bankran ye be wi Thursday na so ne be sa ba ebe ye mop up Ashanti regional Obia Ashanti region so omuntwan ye ebesaba for the final phase and final mop up no the second one is say press release be eninam ewemu and it's coming from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and say the difference between Umrah and Hajj and Kasano dudu antiase nti onyanti say pilgrimage no they conclude say a Hajj but you know Umrah and also kinds of voluntary pilgrimage. It is not a mandatory pilgrimage.
But
and it is reward Umrah no
a crew and no see a practice to say
that's what I'm saying, say a practice.
Okay.
But a voluntarily. It's not mandatory as to say Hajj as a mandatory requirement for every Muslim. Now we share the reward no is different. And then the dates for Hajj is fixed. A particular month and data year Hajj. Now Umrah there we to make any time here. Now the release that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs Eddie Bayen, and they say Yembimoa omo prepare to perform Umrah for the last 10 days of the holy month of Ramadan. Omo nyabotre because of the impasse between the Israel and Iran. And see Obia opese onko for that Umrah pilgrimage, Omo nyabotre. And before they get clearance from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and sana ome timi etusa anomon again obimu edikan eko dada omuko for that purpose omu was Saudi Arabia sisia osanka say everything is under control. We are working together with the Ministry of Hajj of Saudi Arabia. Omusu etro krata etre say everything is on course, everything is under control. So that misconception manya cause we bring that some of the agents have called, some of the agents, some of the prospective pilgrims to omo frefre ebisania ekoso. And I can tell you on authority say what the Minister of Foreign Affairs Okujeto Dubai, it is not about Hajj, it's about Umrah, which is the voluntary performing of pilgrimage.
So that distinction should
that is different from Hajj, and Hajj operations will start and that period would begin somewhere in first week of May. The date for the Hajj Nankasa be 27th of May. So you shall see early to go and observe other rituals and sana that particular day no beba. So we share what is happening today. The vampire say it will drag from now even up to a month. We don't pray for that to happen. So a idea that distinction should be made clear to the general public to understand that difference between Umrah and then Hajj.
Okay, they say Hajj. Hajj preparation, because in the state of Ayawaso, if like Iran as against that of Israel. And man here person Al Hajj scenario creating because you have to say I'm showing the crack of fan Saudi Arabia. The microphone be bring so omunkoye. And I'm not imagining say nam soma minister ka say omo person pilgrims no omunto mo whilst security wise and never be cost
so further directives.
Yes,
but sana medical kind say
because
we are working
sorry what minister route to know is it Umrah no I'm sure it's a minister name but one for the visa
I have the statement.
So the Umrah
there's the Umrah he was specific.
Okay.
He didn't mention Hajj.
Okay, so that is different.
That's different. He said Umrah.
Please proceed.
The Hajj, like I indicated, is one of the pillars of Islam.
So that point is
what they are saying.
That is made.
You need Saudi Arabia Ministry of Hajj.
Okay.
The ministry has representation at all times in Ghana through the ministry, the Omo consulate and our Omo ambassador. So any information about Hajj, Jeffrey, the ambassador, he feeds us with all information regarding what is happening. So almost the statements say everything towards Hajj preparation is under control. There is no cause for alarm. Now, we sure baby the Hajj takes place, and baby attack is so far. There's distance from that particular place. The capital, which is the Riyadh, and sana Jeddah, which is the first capital or the second capital, I'll call it. So the Mecca, the holy mosque is. Now, Medina is also another, area where the pilgrims will visit as to perform certain rituals before the final destination, which is the Mecca. Now, that impacts the attack no one is so distant from the beer everybody would go, but enams will say the airstrikes and then the missiles are the ministry thought it wise, security wise, to advise Sawunyan to Kwai and Awunyan to Sa and Mono. That means you have to wait for ABR for some few days for them to give you an update on what is happening. But the Hajj itself would begin in May. They can't you are almost can call and they are there trapped because of the movement of air and all that. So once the Saudi authorities drag up to where the need be from the ministry to release us or more release this particular one, because when it is time for Ramadan, there are people who would want to go there to have the final 10 days at the Holy Mosque to pray, and so it conflicted with this particular timer. This war, starts. So the need for a minister to issue such, directives, is highly recommended.
Okay.
What I say, so that at least from the security point of view, once Omo recommended say he comes out with this, presser, then everybody who intend to perform this voluntary pilgrimage, the person would at least take time and assess the situation before. So for me, as we speak, the process of Hajj and Saudi Arabia this year 2026 pilgrimage, they went fully digital, and so Bibia Express. So as we speak now, Nigerians and other countries are waiting this particular day, and from the Ghana Hajj Board, by 20th of March, every prospective pilgrim will know the day of Obeko Hajj, because you would have finished the acquisition of visas by 20th of March. It tells you, sir, all preparations towards 2026 pilgrimage has been what? Exhausted. Except the fact that the latest mandatory requirement for visa processing, about the medical screening. They want to know whoever is coming to Saudi Arabia for pilgrimage. Nature said they would have known your medical history, and this is a very, very important exercise. Nana, Ukaya, in 2015, over 2,000, over, because 100,000 people lost their lives in 2015. Stampede now, and Duna had a mass barrier because they knew history, where they came from and all that. So this particular exercise is giving us a fair understanding of who is who, where you are coming from. One, the Ministry of Hajj is directing every country to have this history, your
Ministry
medical history of Saudi Arabia. Okay. Yes, directing every country, all right, to have this information on you, on everybody or prospective pilgrim.
This is more of an improvement on your
so that in the event, say, there's a barcode, yes, scanning where you are coming from, your medical history, your everything will show. Your data is going to pop up, yes, scanner. Then they know if you are Ghanaian quickly. They know where to take you. In the event, say then they are able to scan and know near Ekono and na baby are offriba. So all these things are almost share and share almost by has so much benefit on we Ghanaians, for that matter, the entire world. So the process so far has been successful. Everybody who is intending to perform Hajj this year, you must take this exercise seriously. Yewo omo ye from special arrangement. Into brackets ye from protocol. No? Those people are not exempted. Omusuka ho. Unim says if you know you are going under such special arrangement, bomodin sa uwo tamale uwo Kumasi uwo Volga bebia wo biano. Make sure say if you are not able to come to Accra today, tomorrow and tomorrow next, you be a mopa ewo tamale and Kumasi for 2 days. It is utiemia. Then you take this information serious, because if you are not able to do it, next I say, you move from, because it forms basis for your visa. Say who needs health certificate? Next I say you are not prepared to perform Hajj this year. Now no to near Ekosu ewo Ayawaso West Ayawaso East. Eya dia me ni onina enim.
I was no in 5 minutes.
The outcome would be that particular seat, a traditional seat for NPP, for NDC, a traditional seat for NDC since 1993. Sorry, 2012.
No,
2012, right?
1992.
1992.
Since
yes, 1992, right? Good. And see, what's near analysts about that particular seat. If you win as a candidate, the possibility for you becoming the MP is 99%. But what makes this particular different from others? No say, you will NDC for omuti omuhu. Every organization, I can say omuko independent. Simple because they feel say the process wasn't fair for them. Therefore, no, the party sanctioned them. Obia Otinihu from the party, and you participated in the primaries, and then you failed to get your issues addressed at the party level, no, and you go independent. Nature say those consequences are made known to you, and Sana will take his decision. Let's just say you're ready to be proof the winning team.
And San Crampo after the sanction, chairman, like I sank or man 1 week.
Say what's
go for in Wakasana with the 1 union.
1 union, yes.
Menene Casavan and Kamitunu say, media may calculate here. Consequence the doors.
Yes.
He should receive, but he said he has the. But you see, I did back when he say, Sir Krachi Umaru Sandan. It's not about his history as even assembly member or as be a one nature constituency for a long time. But on no argument and no reason we say the late two like I say for entry in the area. Into a an argument or somewhere what my menachino about trauma. But say about Jaman Quanachi.
You see.
Because we also went when we saw the other ones in such a chair. So
you see, the point is the Nima and its environs, and for that matter, the Zongo communities are in this country. No, Edo party, no, not the individual. This is what people fail to understand. Omuto party, no, not the individual.
Don't talk about because of NDC.
Omuto about because of NDC. And what NDC has been doing for them as Zongo. It is only NDC who recognized the Zongo people, gave the Zongo people the authority.
That's right.
And then who made sure, say, we are Zongo near, you can walk proud anywhere you go. So that alone, to walk freely and independently, actually say, nobody can give you that freedom apart from NDC. And to say, who can say, you rode on the blessings and the guidance of NDC. What did I say? So you couldn't have made it. Say I'm not sure. Say, look, when him say you echo to about as NDA assemblyman with the colors. Extra baby are free.
I don't know. You never see na GS and Sumra because enche you be kwa komane so. I'm not for be by now.
So for me, we are waiting for the declaration. The determination is already determined by the in the minds in the minds of the people. Say the NDC is the party they want to vote for and the candidates representing the party. So the announcement will be made, and once it's made, like I said, Baba Jamal would emerge victorious.
Many thanks to Honorable Haruna Mohammed. Mamen called the General Secretary of Domestication Party.
Hello to Honorable. You are bring Minchi of you. Na Minchi, I'm going to pay you. Na Minchi, it's a pimpim. I will see here. Na production team. Ayawaso by-election. Ayawaso is by-election. Many times we have an Ayawaso related by-election. It becomes very interesting. This Ayawaso is by-election. There has been a lot of back and forth. Within the governing NDC, I mean, you realize the interesting issues I will see what primaries. And I'm wanting for once, the majority caucus in parliament actually issued a statement criticizing Yamo Koma. Then they were even calling for the annulment of that election. Emma NDC party, it was a committee to investigate the issues. Democracy Hub is a Baba Jamal court with the Electoral Commission, Attorney General, and the Electoral and the NDC. There, enka one for injunction in front to this by-election or win. So there has been a lot of interesting scenes will lead up to this day. Most of these things, sometimes takes the excitement out of the election. So far, there has been a very low turnout. Maybe now we'll report or Bobodo. And I also agree with you. That report, I mean, but I am very good. She was very thorough. So she did very well. And the fact that she's drawing attention to the station still. In terms of if you want a good reportage and all those things. So
Veronica.
Yeah. She was very good. So she made mention or confirmed what I was saying in terms of low turnout. And I pay me call Moses Station Kra is within the Ayawaso East constituency. And I pay me far area ho. And I saw the level of security. Into my question, my comment this morning was to congratulate the IGP. IGP tete you know why Bejuma. Obey aside Ablekuma North.
And all this one there no.
Issue by. Oh, the never again. All the by-elections and any elections that police have been involved, he has been top notch.
That's right.
MPP for primaries here. Oh, what's the idea? You understand? I work at no confusion now. Kubesi acquaintance. What was that? That's
right.
I think the IGP and Nenkofua, I mean, they've been up to it. And pressure police to find will go around. We'll ensure that. My only challenge is sometimes I ask myself, what is these elections costing the state? How much is it costing the state? But you see, as from doing here in Bibi, them the share my boyimpa ban lives ban is better than no be senior start the year react.
That'll be more expensive.
Yes, that could be more expensive. So I think if he's investing in preventive measures, why not? Let's support him. So far, there hasn't been any casualties.
Council, what about the other school of thought and Kesusu say? And I ascribe to Sir Microphone. Now you didn't say Sanka Sebi NDC in Netiso. Na Sebi Uwu and all resigner. Party no one call your internal elections. No munye NDC ni. Na yen save your mind until there will be no by elections. Same people Netiso. na ebi ono nso entiman to asibi mu a me afa MPP ni CPP and any other political party na GCPP na ekwe.
I think we've had
save us the money.
To this discussion has gone on different platforms. IPAC level, I discussed that, and I discussed them thoroughly. Wow. And it's interesting. There are different school of thought. Obviously, say me there. Fewiniba, This year, no NDC now your war stronghold. This year, one way or the other, Winiba when it comes to the parliamentary side, now it's become MPP stronghold. Right, so people know that okay, may am fa apenyonko ya ko win city in my MPP, but if internally I know how to eliminate him, I can eliminate him and then get it yeah, because I'm the next to be in line. So if you know that okay, this one there when Otora you munana ya kopreda, I'm sure there could be a lot of machinations. But if I know that Otora doesn't even within the party and said I'm going to fight against somebody else, conspiracy theories in be from kakra.
But so yes, the same thing could happen. So in the case of Ayawaso East, predominantly NDC and an NDC dominated area, it is such a place, you know. Who win primary say you are the next MP. But it is a bantama. Who win primary say you are the next MP. So say we primaries now what can say Oka share a bigger elections, which is another opponent.
No, but the place is hurricane. The competition there is that you know that even internal competition bigger. Yeah, the internal competition is bigger.
That's right.
What I'm saying is that you know that after internal competition, you also have another
external.
Once you do it law, no, or apply for everywhere, or apply for only strongholds. You understand? In this year and Mbrape, it is going to apply for everywhere, not only strongholds. When it comes to strongholds of political parties, there say Yimpenua, Yamfa, and MC because things can change. One know him that Domuka behind this will win the seat. But they've won it. You understand? They've won it. So sometimes the dynamics can change, which we are not sure. But quiet there. Most of us feel that by-elections are becoming too expensive. The attention of by-election in and a by-election sometimes is not really representative of what the people want. Because if a low turnout can go into somebody's favor, in Pokono, Ebian can confirm and can Pokono win. You understand that? A low turnout. Until like sometimes election be over, the incumbent government will decide that woman tension is woman confirm to be in out in Kotoaba. Because a low tenant can change the dynamics. You understand? Maybe I want to say from Kofu tenor, I mean Kofu women's. But because a low tenant Kofu 2 pen or quay. I'm sure I 1-1. You understand? So low tenants can sometimes change the real dynamics of the place.
That's right.
You understand? Because if Mamman Kofa and Yaman Kofa will pay quay, it means the other party can take advantage. Low turnout are sometimes political. It can be politically engineered. You understand? 2020 election, okay. There was Togo land issues. Was so the food be voter region.
To scare people.
Just to scare people for that they won't come out to come and vote. These things do happen, but so far, I mean, there is a relationship when it comes to NDC and the Zongo communities, and especially the Nima enclave. You know, na Harun or Kebi, the truly Zongo communities, they allow for the NDC and not necessarily the individual. And I agree. Ishe Nima Kakrao Nima. The cluster of schools no one can that cluster of schools. I am using with you. Into to introduce school, the roads, our Nima, in Kano, no one road no road or the whole.
And this in a bay.
So all these things has built on the history over the years. Okay. National Mosque, one or You understand? So all these things have built that kind of relationship over the years. Onche ye party be working over be ni Made Villaggio.
GS party be.
Now what's it we be in Dubai.
But into no be odin.
Is it?
Party be. But
I'm the MPP. I think it's Dr. Baumia Crown or working. There we be ye ni mawe you know the wabasa
Honorable Attaché, the Minister for Works and Housing.
And they also had Zongo Development Fund.
That's right.
What did they do? Now your campaign message will be different from Baba Jamal Onfiwo. Because it looks like that's the only campaign they are doing. Oh yeah, or one or school. That campaign is one of the most dangerous campaign you can ever do. In the area, the man, clubbing for who parliamentary candidate with Akitano. No so Onfiwo. Oh, video watch now.
DC be what baby could have feel about DC.
No, to say, you see, sometimes it gets to a point, we need to be careful some of the things we say today. Just because or suit your course. Or that same thing that we are saying could be used against us. So we should be careful.
That's right.
Yeah, will be that one so be the candidate or Yakokra, any the area. I didn't attend. So we should be very careful. We should be very careful how we sometimes do this campaign, because campaign I'm meeting the million people and there. Oh, Baba Jamal Onfiwo, it's your vote more beautiful. Nah, ayo. Now for your marking, nah, no, come between you between your church room. We do quite be. We Winneba. After your marking, there is an area in Winneba. Sabi, you know, I want to follow pa. Then DC candidate go and went to that place to go and campaign. Them time now or your end is stronghold or Winneba. Ni campaign or quay end there. After your marking on simpa. No, ya wona yi. Impa na you want to cast a one so sabi we are wonderful. So you ended up losing big time there. So sometimes we should be careful some of the comments we make. In the kind of being free. Ochina na also aka for candidate bia sabi and brand mo candidate sabi we will pay for and I'm ma me for another matena ho for at least for 4 years. I can contest there. So this mean few we should be careful once Embrano mayimpa no kwan do tum gina dey pacho that kind of yes, it's about for me. That's the ultimate. Ejuma no yimpa no botum aye, yimpa no botum serve the larger interest of all of us as constituents. These are the critical things I think we should.
Especially do say appointed regional ministers. Afi na pese a good tribal. Into high enkran chinchina if you say say the man krani. High asante if honorable,
I think Atamas defied that.
If honorable,
Atamas defied that.
No, but to me, Abua and Kraya.
And I think even Rollins time, I think he did that. There are some people Otum why you reshuffle, Obi Fian or the Wakwa. Now you know,
we are one people.
Honorable Kopoku was one.
We are one people.
Honorable Kopoku. You know when Ashanti region? As a regional minister. Yes. From Ahafu to Brown Ahafu to Ashanti region. You know, just so that there are so many people we can talk about. The man here announcing by regional minister Akon. So Onfi Kumazi.
Okay.
But they made him a regional minister then. So yes, I think that some of these things, like you are saying, is about competence. The fact that somebody is from there doesn't mean not the dynamics they are saying. Also dynamics no one cramp on task. You understand? Okay. And sometimes it's true the dynamics there prevent the person from functioning.
That's right.
Because if today winning by traditional groups, then to phone to and sometimes every first week of May or butcher will win about. Inti say butcher damana. And in some issues kakra even though the Gazette chief will be him though and he got to do so. Next to their chieftaincy issues, then to phone time for Wabu on Quader, then he got to Intiedo. It is a cofa obi our office simpa. There's a beyond let's say a regional minister. That's all but such a programmer. Now our problem with the Gazette chief because of where his allegiance is to her, it becomes a whole issue. So sometimes a whole bar one will not be playing into some of these and undertones. Yes. No, Abua, and look at the developmental aspects. So I think we should not only concentrate on we should look at competence.
A traditional marriage, I man be chadie. You can say be ko chebokiti on a bucket. Na odi ama kromani. Oye den ebi nya bi. Ba farmer neutral person. Ono woni mo bia.
Exactly.
You say what won kwa de agibi.
Gibi.
Ba kromani no. Obi beje tu.
Exactly. It's true. It's true. Something like for your programs, they try and take bouncers from somewhere. They nobody. Yes, because it wouldn't question. Nobody did you did it.
But yet, I was not. But the million one bouncer be quiet. I mean, from a brother, I'm almost so moon to you. I don't know what you want. Now, Castle, but also, what do you my young Esther? Kwame, didn't Natala now? Okay, yeah, quite one. By now, they may sure say you go so. Hello, Esther.
Hello.
At the same.
Me yo.
Yeah, the radio say. How do you hear?
This is Medina Kanda GNTC police station. On a Medina station.
Okay, about when you're not going to be, me boy.
Aye.
Okay,
and on my year sorting out of the ballots. Aside that, no so counting no on my year. Now almost tiny now year no NDC enya 84. MPP 62, independent candidate Sanda Onya 2, David Ensisenya 4, Ibrahim 0, and a rejected ballot Air 1.
Chances will be mine.
The damage in Kanda GNTC police station. Omo County Bibiano, NDC Enya 84, MPP 62. Sanda Onya 2, David Kono Onosina 4, Ibrahim Onya 0, and a rejected ballot Air 1.
Wow, MPP 62.
NDC 84, MPP 62.
Okay, very well. Me about all other information is mine.
And see, after I make call other police station, I'm just information.
Why you need you be free unu anu so aka na omo so na council where early this year and I say it will be because 62 against 84.
Oh yeah, I mean there are some areas. I mean there are polling stations that could be strongholds of certain
MPP
parties. Yeah, and like I said, I mean for low turnouts are very dangerous. Low turnouts
for the incumbency.
Yeah, very dangerous. Yes, very very dangerous for anybody. Maybe your stronghold holder. When there is low turnouts, anything can happen.
Wow,
you can change different dynamics. Yeah, but I won't be surprised if.
George Amuzu would hear me, Masters of Peace and Security and Intelligence, UPSC, mini apano. Bra, the chair will say with your program. Now, Ali Abdul Wahab, are you saying that you don't see my messages or you think the cocoa issue is not important? It's making our government unpopular. Oh, bro, sorry, I've not seen. Please resend the message, and I'll read it for you. Oh, come on, it's important. Maybe me, who okay. Also, people are not coming out to vote because of what they did to the woman, not money issue. Okay. Okan, now MPP guys are bold talking. I'm also is here. We should not bring people who are bold. Initially, no, Obi Kasemi Pacho. And Kwam, what's it? I'm saying, motherfucker, because we're on the show or something. Obi can say, what the fuck or something. Mr. Ramo said, what TV said, then we apologize. Mr. Make a beer. Okay.
Masumete.
What's what the fuck? Council, are you sure say I can what the fuck? Wow.
So what's some poke? Okay, no.
Look at the essence come on.
Before Obama.
Until we profusely apologize. And when you 40 and I say I know that. Yeah, can what the fuck be? Council said it's a good idea.
That's how you could do repeat.
Okay, my come on not too much. Come, yeah, some fly now. But Castle, whilst we're waiting for them, Iran in some no so ho.
Because
the impact of oil on the air, you know, MP for Abe Kasania, dear. And the same common to beat me up from you, course, and near Cornia Befi.
Sure. Yeah. No, I think it's always a worrying situation for a lot of things, not just oil, but for a good food breed. Ghana for China, and most of them will use Emirates. They fly through, you know, it's costing them. And since a fly path in Assasa, into flight to be over now, it will be longer because you don't want to use that fly path or shorter. Even if you are using Ethiopian airline to China or to any of the places, in the fly path, it could be shorter, but since it will have to be longer. So it has a lot of implications. Not just not just our friend, and it will affect time. The goods transit it will affect a lot of things. And don't forget, they are also using the sea to launch missiles into cargo. I mean, it's a lot of things. I think it's an issue of a worry, and especially oil. Found going some ain't no trade Ghana, we need to be serious with our thought. You see, I'm happy that for years not thought one body what State of the Nation address. This current administration, President Mahama, State of the Nation, towards the tour has started operations, you know, and for me it is exciting. I hope that we see a working tour, and they should expand their tanks because other countries they have a lot of storage because when you more storage now.
It's a bulk oil storage.
Yes, it's a boss for was it, but tall. Even that tall what tanks in brain some of the if we use
because I think it's like ideal, you know. They have reservoirs though, but their prime duty is to refine oil, whilst Bost saves oil for the future.
Yeah.
But I don't know now. Bost is even making profits. To me, name say if that is part of their mandate.
Well, say one the walk crab bar. They also ensure the other MCs in our way war farm go nazi. But you see, don't forget the toll. Sometimes in the boom my botumaka crab crude naba na one na when yanchicheminu because crude no betumenya wo diesel na other things ni na no yachichechem crazy them funny na then it goes to then for boss to do the distribution. So for me, I think that if Tor is working, boy and baby,
okay,
no,
currently
but it hasn't started full scale operations. What I'm saying is that so started to expand the new operations.
More combat. Yeah. And now I'm quite so the praise when I say you are doing well. Me patrol my main corner kwame. I don't know say bra. Me name Veronica and Sound. Hello Vero.
Hello Nana.
Net say Vero.
Patrol me who you fa.
We dia ya nyina kuku. Na mo ho no so to say me gidi say by now. Ya sort here wi. Anam kra de ya kan wi.
Okay, that be so far no most of the police centers are now sorting out the ballots and no more counting. But so far, I call 4 police centers to see. And me call Kanda Estates 2 and 3, and out of it, 59 win for the NDC and 20 for the MPP. And Kanda Estates 3, so 59 for the NDC and 40 for NPP. And I'm trying to call opposite club 10 Kanda Honso and also so 115 for the NDC and 100 for the MPP. So me call all the police centers to gather information or beginning message to but security over here is very tight because when you say after a count and your money to giddy but as easy in a or saying there's going to be heavy security personnel over here to protect everything and make everything smooth. I'm still here beginning message to more update.
Wow, Vero.
Nana.
So I find out some other points.
Yes.
Yes. Eti bisra udru hono mo a na unim. Ma memma advice bi. Okay. Minimum the number of polling stations are okay, but then come person unya do no na afi ya from now dia to mama. At this time no figures no here bebre.
Okay.
Okay. We love you for all you are doing, okay?
Thank you.
All right.
Love Benza.
What's it? You can't say I say love Benza. Now you mean I get to report and say we love you. I will so
okay, Matt.
No cancer now so.
And now cut to us. Now I say combat Iran.
Now Iran.
Not cancer is it talk.
Of course. I don't combat there.
We're having a discussion because we met the corporate is it or the corporate officer or communication officer?
Director, we are corporate affairs.
Corporate affairs officer.
Yeah, okay.
External affairs.
Yes.
Godwin Mahama.
Yeah,
we met. I was on a panel with him this morning.
Mama. Nah. Also by Unyamintun Kabimu. Hey, but that's what I came away.
No, sorry. Maybe Osheni and Kasabi.
And I may catch the you see, because for 8 solid years, we couldn't talk about talk. That was State of the Nation address. Talk like we could not talk about talk.
No go area.
Since wakato asema nkofu njindi. Wakada talk is working, people don't believe.
I'm more refining.
So you need to do more of excursion for people. Go to people for private school for an SS for. Obeyo jumanama. SS schools in Mumbra for excursion. They will go and tell the story.
That's right.
So because Nana, we do not have the option of always relying on others. That's why GCPP we say domestication. Eat what you grow what you eat. Do your own thing. Right. So don't be too reliant on others. Because the most sometimes if you watch some of the things, it's as if you are watching a movie. And if you look at the posture of the US, the US Defense Secretary, if any posture, if you kill America, we'll find you and we'll kill you. Like the way they are talking, it looks like this thing is not going to end anytime soon.
The new supreme leader, what take over?
You understand? So with the things that we are hearing, is it? So that's why it shows that Ghana, we should be doing our own things, find a way of doing our own things so that we can be self-reliant.
Okay. Council, do you mind the MCC and at this point? Mene ya na musini Samuel Ado ebe twinkomo. Hello.
Hello.
Na bra have a potty.
Oh, this is me Nima.
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 Resource ni bia be kan sana.
Nyame adom bia be kan santi quickly no mpacho ma me fe bi entuja. Esi a me no woka se me gina eye Kabutu Tubira Islamic Cuba so Cuba Tubira Islamic School and as every meeting as a now counting aqua a wa hanumuti now a total votes a core ballot in Nimuna now a 214 and no and a total vote a core a ballot in Nimu. Now we share NDC no Jinemuma NDC Baba Jamala onya 154 and Ibrahim Idrisu our Jinemuma LPG enya 1 also and UT Baba Ali our Jinemuma NPP enya 27 Alhaji Mohammed Umar Sanda Independent enya 20 also and David Kano I would say on also a independent or no 9 or no 9 and our total rejected a votes and also a 3 total rejected votes no a 3 now we share expecting winner nipa do one come president come over to abana a 581 and aka omeni that so say come over to abana so emu 214 pe and etimi ba bontin ebe to ye so and I go piemu ewo eye ugopiemu ewo eye Donia Cinema Hall ɛhɔ nso wotumi sɛ ɔma kenkan bibia ama no atumi akɔ awieyɛ sɛ wohwɛ sɛnea nsinsansoɔ no ɛkɔɔyɛ a na stay ɛna ɛkɔkɔyɛyɛ ɛyɛ Baba Jama a wɔgyina mu ɛma NDC ɛnya 102 onya 102 saa nso ɛna Baba Yusuf ɛnya 37 Daniel Kamo ɛnya 1 Omar Sanda Independent ɔno ɛnya 13 saa nso ɛna ɛyɛ LPG ɛnya 3 na wohwɛ ɛhɔ nom na total rejected ballot no ɛyɛ 4 total ɛyɛ expectant no ɛyɛ 366 ɛna ɔmo expect sɛ nka ɔmo abɛto aba nanso abaso ne nyinaa kɔ ewie no na kyerɛ sɛ emu 157 pɛ ɛna etumi ba abɔnten ɛba bɛto ɛyɛ ɔmo aba enti no sabre deɛ nse so far so good nea menya eniti me kɔ m'anim na makɔ akɔpɛ bi ɛde aka ho.
Okay, maybe I told Unya being so and now was Sunday as we had say, Sir, or the we are saying, Yanam Samuel, Ado. My name Fosti, and so, one year, Humanosono, could you? Oh, PK, okay, and then it's my Fosti. PK, I don't know about. Ma for say I say we don't come say ma for still online so sa pa kwesi yo na because so for how far baby e bedru ni.
Okay, so me look at the Mako police stations I think by 5 in the result am start so mamo na me di ka me ko pemu e wo Presby church hono e ho police station yenu e na e wo ho and police station 1 no Ocean Nipa can you show me some to about our police station 1 no our Presby no mo ye 305 now so e ko ba na wi no na nipa a me to aba nyina nipa 137 na just nipa 168 ama be to aba no our Presby police station 8 na ya kenka ba ni wi no Baba Jama NDC onya 90 na independent candidate ana LPG Baba Ibrahim Idrisu enya 0 and number 3 Baba Ali onya 32 and then Omar Sanda our independent onya 14 ewo Presby Church A ana 1 police station 1 and tina se nipa meto aba no 168 ema meto aba 137 and rejected 1 ballot na okopemu ewo Presby ho police station 2 na ehon so na nipa ye hwe nim se omba abeto aba no ewo Presby police station 2 no nipa 352 now say we are no nipa beto aba no 133 na just nipa 219 ama beto aba e Presby police station 2 na ya kenka aba ni wi no NDC Baba Jama enya 87 ena LPG enya Ibrahim Idris enya 1 MPP Baba Ali enya 26 ena Omar Sanda independent onya 19 e wo hono anti eno ene etoja ewo president police station A and B na ni so no embe mu ewo Frankis na Frankis no omo police station nyensa nyedi kan Frankis Annex A eho no nipa ga yise ni so no to aba ewo Frankis Annex A no nipa 388 na so to aba ni wie no nipa omo be to aba no 100 and nipa beto aba no 177 na omo beto no 271 and omo beto aba no Frankis Amnesty 1 police station A na yakinka wi no NDC Baba Jama enya 87 and LPG Ibrahim Idris enya 1 MPP Baba Ali enya 21 and Omar Sanda independent onya 7 ewo hono na ukanya bo rejected ballot ne mienu ewo hono na ko pemu ewo Frankis Annex 1 B no ehon so na ka nipa yehwe ni so beto aba ewo hono no nipa baako 387 aso to aba ni wie no nipa beto aba no 134 na je nipa 253 o beto aba no ewo Annex B Frankis ono na yakenkan ye no NDC Baba Jama enya 86 and LPG Ibrahim Itus enya 0 MPP Baba Ali enya 35 ena Omar Sanda independent no onya abana of 80 eno so ye see e Frank na Frank and Nestu no ehon so na ka ye ni mi nipa beto aba e Frank and Nestu no ebe nipa 622 now so ya tinka aba ni nyina ewie ye no enipa ometo aba no na je say nipa 155 pep na omo ebetimi ebeto aba no e wo ho no ma na say otituma nipa omo beto aba no eye over 400 na omo entimi beto aba no e wo Francis and 2 ho no nti eno sini kaka epiemu e wo ho no na ukomu na say so far so good na we any result a ekrem sesi a metimi akọ a metimi edema ye tibo muti afra 100.5 FM nana
me da say pago CPK no ya do say emrepa me yebesan aba wakachi ye ne abena nyako abro ne ma ye senior anchor sanso senior reporter entwen komo hello abena
nana
abena ye bisasa figures ni biaba
bibia ewie ewo ha no mo seye abato no na kenkan ene ehun sunsanso nyina eyade ani nyina na odi abawie ye a chese ni sunsanso na bade na chese odi atu dwan so ewo ha mo bia to no ho ase etina na sabe obetiem ewo officers mess ye polling center stations no 9 polling stations no 9 ewo ha no a na itiano panse de mabo ho amane no ano 1A 1B 2A 2B na abato ni na ekọ na wie ye no ye mfiti asemfi from emfa emma yetiefo a ene ya hwefo empa 1A no NDC amanyukuo no de na ogina mu ye rababa jama ono no enya emma no aduana niensa 43 ena NPP eso so dunsia 16 one mu aka nyina enya she akukoti sa chese OPG ena independent ni no one mu nyina enya she na chese okaboma aba no hono nyina no nipa bro ahanan ya na ko hwe ni over 400 no hwe ni mse ko betumi aba be piem hono mo ato aba no hwe 1A no a ye voter roll no 475 na so no at the end of the day no nipa 59 ene tumi ebeto aba no na yenko 1B so 1B ukopiemu ewo hono mo a na ehon so no yade a NDC eye candidate ni enya emanimu 37 NPP de ogina mu enya enko 9 na LPG de ogina mu no enya baako 1 independence no enya 00 okeka emani nyina aboma total vote cast na eye 47 also so nanka wo share ni nipa 474 and I kebe to me ato abano na so emu aduanan so 47 pe na timi ebe to abano yanko center anase station 2B no NDC de wojina mu no enya 33 aduasamiensa NPP afano eye du mienu 12 wonu maka ina enya 0000 akukoti nkwana uka emayi mienu ebomu a na echese aduanan enum 45 na wo show won so na kanipa 448 ena no wo share ni nsenke ne obetuna ba beto abana emu aduanan enum na yensa ne so say year stations ni ensen ya mabubo nyina no wo ma nya rejected ballot wo ma nya false ballot na tesa abano ebi a say ebi a say bia omo transport na wono mo etiama oya no etseye na omo edi ato say sport na de ono so bagye ye ya tiama no ko de okoto no okoto asay no na no adenta obi kum omo nyina MPP primary we no no omo di omo huni a obi a amaye sa na ye no ewo ha no mo na yenko di etwa to center 2B no center center 2B no kwa na media to genten jampe baako etiemfa center 2A no and Tuasua Center 2A no NDC na 44 and na NPP enya 7 woka emeyi ebomu a eno eye 51 in total vote cast was Center 2A eye 51 no rejected no fault woka emanu nyina so ebomu a 4 stations nyina so eye 202 aha mienu ene eye etire mienu 202 na ebeto abano a wusha just nana said na maka ewo me report ni mu ano enye nika senka empatem we ti se pa na esi eto aba wonu mu nim de say se me ti elite community anase me ti da bi eti se ni eto aba na mankotere ma adwen a na mu yekoyi obi a that bi no na makoka no wasn't asuma si a wo ye me ma se de gani de wo nka number wo mo number wo nka wo na I was so bad one to be not just a woman me who be a do bejina. To you man na nipa no ye empem ba kwa duosia ene aduosia 9 ene miensa ene o ma mentumi ameto abano.
That's it.
Well, it has been papa 1,643 and then to ameto.
I have been a pa. Yeah, fancy na emri pa me samra akachi abananya kwabro no ma. Yeah, fancy the piece ma 2074 mixture and then dra esaya do bebre 0246073498. Yeah, come say see ano senator bell GCB bank akosombo branch Sugakope branch Winneba branch ho okwa obetimi no medi nkita ho Eco bank nso tema main Ring Road Central Accra Tamale branch na Fidelity bank nso Kejetia market ne Kumasi BBB fascinating be as a renewal of pension certificate, registration of members of employees, updates of personal records, processing of SNP benefit and general inquiries, education, social security and retirement plan. Okohonmwa ubetimi enyabi. Give us P capsules, give us school capsules, give us herbal mixture, give us GC mixture and capsules boapa, give us P capsules against premature ejaculation no na cool capsules no and so you're very effective relief for waist pains, piles and phlegms. Now give us herbal mixture no so malaria and typhoid and jaundice. Now give us GC mixture no and also a pushy and near my year if you no na ma bibia aye kama. Honorable, just 1 minute. Just 1 minute now. You fancy and give away for news. Maybe you can do 2 minutes. Now you fancy.
Anyway, Masisi Mamaka Afa back to the Israeli issues no in the I think the Ghana we've gotten to a point where we need a lot of buffer and we need a national plan on it, senior plan, so that because long term no government sometimes want to waste time on long term solutions now because they feel they want short term result about the appeal for our battle. I think we need a longer plan on these things. But Ayawaso is it is clear. I mean, despite the low turnout, it is still clear who is winning. I mean,
message will be a Senate. I say, how can you vote on Tuesdays? Apart from that, people disappointed in voting. 400 and just below 100 voting. Jail the thieves to bring confidence back. So I don't see the reason I'm going to talk about it.
Oh yes. Oh, and I agree. I mean, you see, even though the president also talked about it, and I think that for me the excuses about the views of Justice Grant slowly, which is true, but we need to up the game. Okay. We really need to up the game.
Thank you, Council, General Secretary, GCPP, lawyer Nipenuni Mrapa. Citizen of 2000, was meeting know that many thanks for being my guest and Kwame Kwachi, my producer. I could John Crowent with you fly on Facebook. Jamie Adama watching I best share same time. Now Kwame, when him say Nyame Adoma watching them come on a bekosu ye papa. Enti ye best say Ubia enjoying Nyame Adoma watching na near my bekosu nyina no. Monso yemfa ensomo news for Ayakrado. Nti ye baby ekwam na news for no so I take it over. Nti that is it. Ye the best share. Stay on and enjoy the rest of the program. Odi, Mbakwa.